Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Shadowrun Hong Kong for the PC. This won't be our first time playing it, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, or check out some of the games I've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. But for tonight, we'll go ahead and get into the game. Let's see, let me get caught up a little over here. Funny Redemption, thank you so much for that, I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. I am actually using a combination Raspberry Pi VPN and ad blocker. And it's been very nice for me so far. I appreciate it. I haven't really done any extensive testing to see how well the VPN is doing for me, but the ad blocker is working well, I can tell you that much. And I know I can VPN from my phone while I'm outside the house through it to get ad blocking as well, which is just rad as heck. I like that a lot. That's probably my favorite feature. Let's see, Mr. Steel Rose, today I'm going to play games on my Windows 98 machine, Half-Life and Baldur's Gate. The CRT rays will make you into a zombie if you actually have a CRT. For me, hit that DGOS button. That was my favorite thing about those. Shady's VPN, I should rename it that actually, that sounds incredible. Oh, Nano, you use Pi-hole as well? It's so good, oh my god. Let's see, Fingerroy use AdBlock and also uBlock Origin. I use uBlock Origin on top of that, which is probably overkill, but it does the job. Life is better with DGOS. It's just so nice. You'll be working on some Excel spreadsheet. It's stressing you out. You're not liking how things is going. You just press the DGOS button. It makes the noise. It does the thing. Suddenly your day is a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Ooh, Lee, to the triple layers. That's intense. See, I honestly worry about performance at this point. I have so much ad blocking going around. I'm like, surely at some point it's gonna be slowing me down, right? All right, so we just got back into town last time after a very successful mission, in which case we found a vampire. And also tried to ruin a Hollywood dude's career, but probably didn't, but that's okay. We did what we were paid for. I always felt like the monitor was about to explode in my face. I think it was funny that for years I didn't actually know what the DGOS button did. I just know it was the magic rainbow noise button, which I loved. That works, Finkelroy, that works. A deeply insecure vampire accountant, she was just a baby vampire. Also, Wookie, how are you doing? Hope everything's going well with you. Let us have a chat with Reliable Matthew, shall we? Reliable Matthew stands quietly in his drone lot, arms hanging limply at his side. He stares silently at the ground. This isn't the soft-spoken style of many Hong Kongers. He looks sad. He looks up briefly as you approach, but quickly looks back at the ground. Hey, Max. He mumbles his words softly. What's going on? You don't seem yourself. Matthew mumbles something under his breath. After a moment, he looks up suddenly. Can you do me a favor, Max? I can't leave the lot right now. What's the favor? I was supposed to pick up my medicine this morning, but I overslept. Can you get it from Ambrose for me? 10-armed Ambrose? Yeah, sure. Thanks. Huh. Alright, yeah, let's hop over to Ambrose. That is super weird to see Matthew like that, so, if nothing else, we'll help him out here, but I wouldn't mind having a little bit more information about what's going on, too. More like Reliable Max, hell yes! As long as we don't talk about the success rate of the run before the last one, I mean, they paid me. There's that. Let's see. Ambrose is staring at a flat-paneled monitor on the wall. A local news channel is zoomed in on an ultra-modern aircraft carrier moored in Victoria Harbor. You following the LJN story? Kensei Fighter Wing from the Masamune did an honorary flyby of the Executive Council meeting today. They're rattling the saber hard. Everybody's being courteous as hell, but nobody's blinking. Sorry, the IGN, the Masamune? What are you talking about? The Imperial Japanese Navy. They parked the carrier Masamune's battle group in Hong Kong for a visit. They're trying to intimidate the city. Nobody's having it, not even the Japan Corps. Looks like it's being driven by some sort of weird internal Japanese pissing match. The Imperial militarists want to cow Hong Kong and bring it under the umbrella. However, almost every megacorp, including all the Japan Corps, want Hong Kong to remain independent. Tensions are high. Is there any chance that Japan will actually take over the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone? No way, not in a million years. This kind of rooster show goes down all the time. Worst thing that'll happen is a bunch more posturing, like the IGN has an accidental fire incident with a coastal boat, somebody test fires an anti-ship missile, the Port Authority finds the Masamun's paperwork lacking, charges them exorbitant harbor fees, noise like that. They're a bunch of square-haired idiots with muscle cars revving at each other. Just stay out of smuggler hulls. The IGN likes to go on sprees of blowing them up, just to show how well-protected Hong Kong would be under the yoke. Ambrose snorts in amusement. Those honorary flyover fighters had live ordnance loaded. Ridiculous! Say what you will, though. That Kensei multi-role fighter is a sweet bird. Ambrose ogles a close-up of the shark-like jets on the wall screen. Twin Mitsubishi double-aught Delta turbofan engines, ramjets, thrust vectoring, Generation 4 flight-by-wire. Hey, gorgeous. Do I have anything to be worried about? Yeah, don't go in a bar full of drunk Japanese sailors with a free San Francisco t-shirt on, Ambrose snickers. This whole IGN drama is going to go on like it always does. Japanese Navy will eventually realize no one's even paying attention. Then they're going to steam off in a huff and maybe blow a few smugglers out of the water. Happens all the time. Politics. I can only talk about it so much. Let's move on. I'm here to pick up a reliable Matthews medicine. That's the Emperor. Thank you so much for the gift sub to Wookie Cookie. Gift sub number 1,334 in the channel. Thank you very much for that. Then we caught up on chat too. Suddenly bribes. Thank you for that, Emperor. So yeah, I'm here to pick up reliable Matthews medicine. Ambrose's brows rise in surprise for a moment. Really? Well, okay. A Waldo arm opens a cabinet and crackles through packaging. In a moment, it swings over to you, holding a plastic cylinder about the size of a roll of breath mints. There you go. The arm gently sits in the cylinder. The arm gently sets the cylinder in her hand. So what are these? Alright, Max, can't discuss a patient's treatment without permission. Confidentiality and Hippocratic Oath and all that stuff. That's not what the Hippocratic Oath is about. Yeah, whatever. It's a crock of shit anyway, right? Point is, I can't talk about a patient's treatment. Alright, I'm not gonna look. It's none of my business. Thanks, Max. He'll be happy to get those. Where is Waldo? Everywhere. He's all around us. Lurking, watching. So Ambrose, you came up here as a runner and now you're a busted up doc. What happened? Hey, I'm not busted up, you insensitive jerk. I'm economy size. Ambrose erupts into laughter, slapping the side of his wheelchair. He quickly devolves into shameless giggling. He stops giggling and cocks a sober eye at you. Seriously though, that's some heavy shit. I'll take a while to tell. Do you really want to know? Yeah, I'm curious. Feelsversary, man. Thank you so much, Kumatori. How are you doing today? How's everything going with you? He praises you quietly. Well, you're doing good, Max. I feel okay about telling you this. A run went bad. Ambrose spits on the floor emphatically, in clear defiance of his own prominent sanitary space no spitting sign. Real bad. They used to call me Ripshot. I was on a 10-man crew. We were led by this ex-army troll named Icebreaker. Former combat engineer. Brutal guy. We did shadowrunning, armed robbery, office invasion, underworld hits, anti-branding. Just about anything, as long as we could make money and hide our tracks. Anti-branding? That's usually a euphemism for attacking someone's image with false flag terrorism. Yeah, it is. Look, I was a real asshole in those days. I'm not proud of the jobs we did. A lot of our work was high profile, real violent. We dumped a lot of bodies in the harbor. Then, we had this one job. Ambrose pauses. He takes a deep breath. Hey, I can sum this up real quick. Otherwise, I tend to get long-winded. What do you want? Go ahead and give me the full story. I'm curious. We were breaking into an R&D facility. It was a vanilla job. Cheap rent-a-cops, flawed security system, no problem. It was going like clockwork. I was out in the command van on Overwatch. Bam! Something hits the van like a freight train. Ambrose grits his teeth. His body visibly tenses the memory. The walls crushed in on me. There was a flash of light, then darkness. Stabbing everywhere. Pressure like a mountain falling on me. Feeling crushed to a pulp. Then I blacked out. Ambrose falls silent. He seems to be somewhere far away in his mind. The seconds tick by. I'm gonna wait for him. When I woke up again, I was in pitch darkness. I could hardly breathe. I was being burned by hot metal. The pain was indescribable. There was a shrieking like the metal was screaming around me, and sparks. Somebody was cutting through the wreck. A huge pressure lifted off me. There was a blinding light. Ambrose gives a tense sigh. He's trembling. It was our glove woman, Karen. She pulled me out of the wreck, wrenched 4 tourniquets on me, shot me up with drugs, stuffed me in a security car she'd shut up. Karen jacked me in. I couldn't even hold my head up. Thought my spine was shattered. Once I was rigged in, though, the pain in my meat didn't matter. I drove us out of there. I stayed conscious just long enough to get us to a friendly clinic. By the time I got us there, Karen was going down with brain swelling. Ambrose's eyes seemed to clear as if he's returning from far away. We got barn stomped right proper. Slaughtered. They crushed the command van with a front-end loader and left me for dead. Everybody but me and Karen got wiped out. See, who ambushed you? I still don't know. Best I could figure out, it was some sort of counter-intrusion team. Maybe the whole run was a setup. How did Karen escape? Karen was carrying the first haul out when the assault team hit us. She jumped into a koi pond and lay on the bottom for about 5 minutes doing her woo-woo chi centering thing. They dropped a flashbang grenade into the pond to clear it. That messed her up good. Burst her eardrums, gave her a concussion, ruptured the blood vessels in her eyes, nose, mouth, knocked the air out of her lungs. She stayed at the bottom for another couple minutes. I once asked her what it was like. She just said painful. That was Karen, stoic like a concrete block. You're wrecked, Ambrose. How did you survive so much trauma? Ambrose taps the side of his head. Cowardice and job security. I was always real scared of getting hurt. I'd clutched up my tactical computer with some healware and my headwear radio. As soon as my vitals went screwy, my trauma protocols kicked in, and my radio started broadcasting my heartbeat. Karen couldn't drive. She homed in on my beacon, cut me out of the wreck with her demo saw. Then she shot me up with another adrenaline, PM04, and morphine to reanimate a corpse. Ambrose shivers a little at the memory, and she put 3 trauma patches on me in a row. It shredded my renal system. He taps his chair. That's why this little hot rod has an artificial liver and a dialysis machine in it. So, did they hit you with a construction vehicle? Yeah, shoved the van right into a plascrete wall. A nearby robot arm equipped for heavy mechanical work emphatically snaps its vice-like claw. Crushed it like a beer can. I learned something on that day, tell you what, how to seriously slot someone's day. Ambrose gestures with his chin towards the clinic's false ceiling. I've got an articulated backhoe boom up there with a demolition claw. Hell with guns. Anyone fucks with Chrome Alley, they'll learn what high-powered hydraulics really means. Anyway, that's how it all went down. Afterwards, things were real hard for a while. Ambrose seems to take stock of himself. He breathes heavily, tensions drained from his body, and he slowly relaxes. Here I am, though. Ripshot no more. By the way, Ripshot's dead. Let's keep it that way. Please don't say that name to anybody, okay? Karen was an artist at faking deaths, and she made sure we both vanished. Ambrose shakes himself and rubs his eye anxiously. Listen, Max, this is a stressful subject for me. We can talk more about the past another day. For now, I'm spent. Alright, Ambrose, I'll take off then. Whew, that is grisly, most definitely. Enough to reanimate a corpse is a heck of a phrase, holy shit. So those trauma patches are the things that we use in the game to revive characters. They needed to use 3 of them to bring him back. Oh, is Unicron in the new Transformers movie? I don't know how any depiction of Unicron is ever gonna live up to the 80s cartoon. The giant sphere, voiced by Orson Welles. I loved that. Yeah, the writing in this game is so good. Matthew is still looking at the ground. He glances up briefly as you approach. Hi Max, did you get my medicine? Yes, I did. Really? That's great, give it to me. Here you go. Matthew hastily takes the cylinder from you. His hand shakes as he dispenses a single chip from it. He pulls back his hair and slots the chip into a hidden data jack. He stands stock still, eyes closed. His eyelids flutter. A ripple moves through his body. His eyes snap open. He flashes you a vacant grin. Hey, beautiful! Boy, am I glad to be back. Day was a little dreary there for a while, but now I'm back and I'm in fighting shape. He pulls a fresh cigarillo from his pocket, twists off the auto lighter tip with a gusto. It ignites with a faint crackle. Time to push some tin. Matthew, you just slotted a synthetic personality. No siree, beautiful. This puppy's authentic. Genuine authentic. Authentically awesome. Whew. Wow, smell that fresh air. Feel that victory. He cracks his knuckles loudly. Some lucky soul is going to get a great deal out of drone today, Max. All thanks to you. Let's talk about your authentically awesome BTL personality. Matthew shuffles uncomfortably. Can't talk now, beautiful. Gotta make sales. I feel too good to slow down. You catch me later, why don't you? Oh, Matthew. Oh, Matthew. Oh, jeez. Alright, we will get into that later. That is messy. Alright, for now, let's check in on our friends, the Go players. See how they're doing today. Look who's back. Why don't you go egg a car or something and leave us alone? I, for one, enjoy Max's visits. A hint of a smile touches Lau's lips as Geen grumbles to himself. How can we help you? Sorry to interrupt, I was just wondering if you're still having the dreams. This again. Don't you have anything better to do? Yes, we're still having the dreams. Lau's voice is calm but troubled. However, they've gotten a hell of a lot worse. Geen shifts uncomfortably. Look, let's not go into detail. This information could help others. If I tell you, will you go away? Sure. Oh no, we've already heard this before. Hang on. Yeah, we heard that already. And this was creepy last time. Yeah, it's so creepy. Alright, but yeah, we heard that one. Let's head over to the parlor of 5 phases. See if we got any news there. Hey, Crafty. Nothing new to report, Max. You're welcome to take a look around here if you're here for supplies. Yeah, let's see if you got anything new. God, I want Powerbolt 3. That'd be nice, but what other spells have they got? Mana Bolt 3 would be nice. 3 armor piercing? It's not bad, not bad. That's the only other tier 3 that I'd be using, I think. Do I want that one? That's all of my cash, though. So I don't know if I want that right this second. See, that's all spirit summoning stuff. See, I wouldn't mind upgrading my armor too. That sounds really nice. Maybe I'll do that this time around. Are we getting more spells? I don't think so. I think I might just go ahead and get some armor. Because an extra 3 armor, that's huge. That is a humongous upgrade as far as survivability. And since most of the dragon lines are out in the open, I would really like to have some survivability so I can just stand on a dragon line and sling spells. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this then. Go ahead and confirm that. We will replace the Armor 6 outfit with our old Armor 3. And then confirm. And then let's sell the old armor, because we won't be needing that. There we go. A respectable 700 nuyen. I don't think we're going to be buying anything with it, but I'll take that. All right. Oh, they actually have a roadmap now. That is handy. All right, where are we headed to next? Let's head up here. And let's talk to Spider Shen. See how she's doing. Leaning against the weapons table, Shen rests one hand atop a glass-covered case. Inside the case is a thin Chinese sword, a jian, with an ornate grip and blade etchings. A small label on the side of the case reads, "For White Ming." Oh there, Max. Coming to find a blade, or maybe some ginseng and peony root? How did you know my name? I never told you. You think all I do is sit on this boat and wait for you to show up? Come on, you're kindly Cheng's pet Shadowrunner. Your name's all over Heoi. Shen grins, gesturing at you. You stand out, man. That's a good thing. It means you're becoming somebody, not staying one of the forgettables. Shen stands, twisting left and right to a chorus of cracking vertebrae. So, what do you need today? What's up with the fancy-looking sword? This little thing? Shen runs one hand over the glass top of the case, smiling fondly. This is a masterpiece, crafted by my own hands as a gift for White Ming. He's being elevated to a red pole. 120 centimeters in length, 3.5 centimeters width at the base, tapering to a 2.75 before the tip, half a centimeter in thickness, with a twinning dragon motif along the fuller. And it lights on fire when the appointed owner holds it. That sounds impressive. It's more than impressive, it's a damn masterpiece is what it is. Shen's annoyance is a jagged edge across the statement. You think it's easy to make a sword like this? Hell no, it took me 4 damn months. Few red poles in any triad can claim a weapon as fine as this, and none of them are masters of Wudang's sword like White Ming. His skills with the Jian are peerless in Hong Kong, and any who face him in combat will know when he draws his sword that they have no chance against him. Nice indeed. What goes into making a sword like that? Time, patience, good steel stock to be certain, fair amount of alchemical materials like orichalcum, crystals, etc. The real key is human bone. The old Chinese masters would throw in human bones when folding the steel. The phosphorus does something or other to the carbon or iron, and I can't really explain it because I'm not a metallurgist. I just do what I learned in the mountain. But believe me, it works. Gives the blade a soul. It's not so much the edge that cuts, but that soul. That's why weapon foci go through spirits like a knife through butter. That's incredibly impressive. All right. Let's see. No, I don't think there's anything I need here. Alright. There's no way they're ever going to kill off the Emperor. If there's one thing that seems a constant in Warhammer, it's that the timeline doesn't really advance. Although I am reminded perpetually of something that White Wolf said back during the first edition days. Which is, the problem with promising the apocalypse is eventually you're going to have to deliver. And I always think of that whenever I think of Warhammer. Let's see, LTG, thank you very much. Apparently they only added the notification a few weeks ago, so I got really lucky in that sense. How are you doing though, LTG? Hope you're having a good weekend. Glad to have you with us. J Melwin Tau is your first army. Very unusual, I like that. Oh yeah, some of the Primarchs came back. That's true. That's true. And that one planet whose name escapes me did fall, so there's that. Rooks, thank you so much for that. I appreciate. Desperado, welcome in. And thank you for a 45-month resub. Shade, I love you. Also, happy anniversary thing. Thank you so much for that. How are you doing today, Desperado? How is your weekend going? What have you been up to tonight? Hope things have been going well with you. And hey, if anybody else in here isn't following Desperado, you absolutely should. Plays a lot of horror games, streams all the time. You're definitely going to get a chance to catch him. Hanging out with him is a joy. You're going to get some great laughs. Incredibly, incredibly cool stream setup. I'm eternally jealous of the cool stuff he has going there. So make sure, give him a follow, check him out next time he's live. You're going to have a good time over there. He's good people. Let's see, let me get caught up. Funny Redemption, welcome in. This game is so good. I'm really enjoying this one before. Let's see. It's doing really well. I got the Star Wars Survivor. Oh man, yeah, I've heard problems with bugs, but like the base sounds good. So if they can get the bugs ironed out, sounds like it's gonna be an amazing game. Just playing some Hitman right now, but get a fake sleep soon. Excellent. I'm so glad you're liking Hitman. That game is so good. Like, it's not for me because I'm the worst at stealth, but it's a joy watching you play that, and I'm glad you're having a good time with it. It's awesome. All right. I need to blow my nose real quick, though. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see. Cat, you just finished Hardcore Freelancer. Nice! That is not an easy accomplishment. Congratulations on that. Let's have a chat with our friend Frederick here, the friendly club bouncer. I love this guy. The younger of the Coffey sons mans his post at the club's front door. He's showing off his hulking arms to a couple of wan-looking girls from the docks. They're clearly self-interested fawning gets them inside with no cover charge. I know what you're thinking. Some perks, right? For them, maybe. Ooh, those girls? They're harmless. Having some fun with me. Hey, all the stuff around here, it's just fluff anyway. You know that. I know you know that. You've got the eyes, doing what you do. You know what's what and what ain't. We're the same, you and me. People in here may look the part, but it's different with us. We're legit. We got that edge. Everyone else is just a poser. Fancy yourself a Shadowrunner. I want to be something. Shadowrunner, sure. I see you and your types roll up, hard-edged like you are. I could see myself doing that. But there's always also the triads. Lots of guys get their start that way, work their way up, some of them starting out as regular gangers. I'd be looking to jump a few rungs right off the bat, of course, considering who I am and who my ba is. But I think my ba would be most proud if I followed his footsteps, join up with a pirate crew, be a scourge of the open sea. I know it's in my blood, I just need to let it out. Have you ever done anything other than bouncing? It's not about what I've done, it's about what I can do. I got potential, I just need to prove it. Show my ba that I can do what he used to do. This cushy life, it's not for me. I'm capable of so much more. Ma won't ever see it, but I know my ba will understand. He's not meant for this kind of a life either. You know it, you've talked with him, right? You see it in him. Once a badass pirate, always a badass pirate. Gotta be the same with you, right? You never see yourself going back to a normal life. Shadowrunning is where it's at. I'm gonna leave you be. I like Frederick simply because he has a cat. Why do they never mention the cat, though? I'm waiting for it to come up in conversation and nobody ever mentions it. It's so weird. Rook's Honor, how's everything going with you today? Hope you're doing good. Cat people are my people, it's true. Let's see. Catastrophe, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? How's your weekend going? Excuse me. New contender for longest English title? Oh god, what is it? Yeah, the rats come up all the time. What about the cat? I have questions. Oh, we've got another one of the NPCs here. El Duce. Maderico, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. This tall, well-built human has been watching you since the moment you entered Club 88. Surreptitiously, of course. Glances over his shoulder and the like. But you're certain he's been watching you. He finally speaks as you draw near. I hear you're the one to talk about work in the shadows. Maybe, maybe not. What's it to you? He shrugs and folds his arms across his chest. I'm looking for work here in Hong Kong, but I don't have my own team. Asked around who the players are here in Haoi. They said to talk to you. Call me El Duce. I'm a street samurai. Good at shotguns, close combat, and I got a bit of medical know-how on top of that. My rates are reasonable, unless I run against Shawase. In that case, it's completely free. I run for free against Shawase. Because the sons of bitches killed my wife and stole my son. Duce's voice is hard and flat. Anything to screw them over. I don't need to get paid for. Why take your son? Profit and biology. He's got the genes for a type O immune system. You know what that is? No, what is that? It means his organs and blood can be donated to anyone. They're universally compatible. The company wants to produce bioware on the cheap. They use sinless type O bodies as templates to grow the wares in. Human factories, basically. Sick stuff, but it's not like we can complain to anybody. Officially, we don't even exist. Shaking his head, Duce looks away. Let's talk about something else, okay? Whew, that's grisly. It does. There's so many little tiny touches in the Shadowrun games that just make me so happy. It's really nice. The secret is the cat is actually operating the human puppet. The cat is really Frederick. I would love that to be a thing. That's such good lore right there. Oh my god. Alright, what is this title here? Let me see. Mon Yu, defeat monsters and gain strong weapons and armor. You may be defeated, but don't give up. Become stronger. I believe there will be a day when the heroes defeat the Devil King. What a horrible title! Why has anime forgot to give how to give things cool titles? Like, that's a summary. That's a summary of the thing. It's like if somebody decided that instead of calling Cowboy Bebop, they were going to call it Go-Go Space Cowboy, mercenaries out in the frontier, fighting for their food every day, but sometimes not succeeding at it. Well, that's a bad title. They shouldn't have done that. I think you might be thinking of Super NES, Miderico, because there was a Super NES version of this, and a Genesis version as well. Both of which were pretty interesting, although I don't know as much about the Genesis one as the Super Nintendo one. It's giving light novel title. Oh my god, it is. It is. Just write the entire plot as the title, basically. Drav, welcome in. How are you doing today, Drav? Hope you're doing good. So El Duce, you live here in Haoi? No, Chunking Mansion's down the way, near Hung Hom. It's a real hellhole, but nothing like the walled city. Still, I come up here because this is where the work is. A lot of smugglers coming in and out, a lot of freelancers needed to solve problems. Gesturing towards the rest of the bar, Duce surveys the dingy interior with an uncritical eye. Places like this exist all over the world. Dives where cops won't come in except with riot gear, where people like us gather around and try and figure out how to make our next union. Find the right one, you can find any kind of work you want. So have you been a Shadowrunner your whole life? Chuckling, Duce shakes his head. Nope. Originally I was in IT. You know, tech support. That is a hell of a jump to being a Shadowrunner. Yeah, well, having your wife gunned down and your kids stolen tends to focus your attention. Sounds like a bad action sim, doesn't it? Still, that's how it happened. One day, Shawase's getting a reckoning. I will see you later, Duce. You too. Keep safe, alright? You didn't have nearly as much to say as the other NPCs, but I'm glad we got to chat with him right there. Yeah, they do have a reason for the long light novel titles, but they can still shorten them when they do an adaptation, you know? I think that would be nice. And Jean Big Booty has redeemed Invest in a Harvester sequel. I think we have to keep up with the times here, John. Harvester, one word, 3 syllables, that's too short. The kids like these long titles. We need to give it a long title. It's gotta be a mouthful. You have to feel like you're giving a speech in front of your high school graduation class every time you speak the name of this game. So maybe we could rename it to Serial Killer Simulator Harvester, Explore the Town, Go Steve, Avoid Evil Police Officer Man. Yeah, that's a good start. We'll workshop it a little bit, but I think we got a good skeleton going on there. Good base. Yeah, Duce's got a whole backstory, which is funny because we're probably never going to hear anything about him ever again. You're such a kid edition! Yes! Yes, that's going on there. I love it. You catch Henry Ka-Fi lost in reverie, staring at a wall plastered with photos. And while most are signed celebrity headshots, there are scattered amongst them more personal images from days long past. A lot of faces on this wall, a lot of strangers staring back at me. Those aren't friends of yours? Just rich strangers with a publicist trying to lacquer them in street cred. We get the occasional SimSense star or athlete surrounded by an entourage of muscle and photographers. It's all for their image, you see. They want to stack of carefully staged photographs that seem like paparazzi shots in a notorious underworld hideout or an arms bazaar. Henry smiles sardonically. If we were really all that, the HKPF would have bombed us by now. Club 88's a neutral zone, and Ermine mostly deals in small arms. We clear the joint, let them stage things however they like, throw a few tattooed out blue lanterns in the background. In exchange, we get a big stack of Nuyen and a glossy face on the wall to show how popular our club's become. Kindly locks down all Haoi for the visit. Those fame bunnies are safer here than they probably are in their penthouses. It's all my wife's idea, of course. She's got the good head on her shoulders. Callum's lucky he's got her brains. I'm afraid Frederick takes after his old man. But wasn't you who started running guns through here? Heard about that, did you? Loose lips. But yeah, I took turn as a small-time smuggler. Less excitement than you might think. Never really made all that much extra money doing it either. Had it been riskier, I never would have bothered. But our boat's engineer was a good friend of mine, and he was in on the deal. He could tuck away those crates in the engine room where only he knew they existed. I decided to shepherd them on and off the boat. Probably could have negotiated better deals, but I just wanted to be rid of the stuff as fast as I could. Didn't want Wu Xing to find out, and especially didn't want Ermine to find out. But find out she did, though she surprised me with her reaction. Thought she was going to throw a fit, but the only thing she was mad about was my profit margin. So she took over. Alright, tell me about you and Ermine. She and I grew up together here in Haoi. We were childhood sweethearts. But how often do such things last? Then, back in 21, we were both 18, unsure of our futures, we both goblinized. The world was turned on its head. People said it was disease or the result of a biological weapon. There was panic everywhere. But Ermine and I saw it differently. We saw it as a sign that we were meant to be. Didn't matter if we were lepers, because we were lepers together. Wish I could say she was the first and only love in my life, but there'll always be another. I heeded her call for too long before finally settling down here with Ermine. Even so, that call is still there, tempting me to come back. Be lost forever. Worse ways to go, I suppose. I do my best to resist. Try to focus on what Ermine's built for us here. I'm gonna leave you be. I hope he does resist. He's got a good thing going on here, even if he's got some wanderlust. Platinum Edition plus, perfect. Go, Steve. Oh my goodness. Let's see, the Infinity Trinity, the Infinity Engine ones? Oh yeah, definitely. This is not like a very combat-heavy game. In fact, there's a couple missions I'm pretty sure you can get through with no combat whatsoever, but oh my god, the writing is just so good. That's what carries me through here, Drev, is I love the writing. The elder of the two Kalphai sons once again lost in his cups. He watches bleary eyes as patrons pass him by. Something in his expression makes it seem like he resents each one simply for being. You again. Decided to make this whole home, have you? Be it ever so humble. Humility has no place around here. Sit down if you like. I can tell you tales. Yeah, tell me a story. Oh my god, I want to play Planescape Draft. That's one of the last games on my bucket list for the stream. I'm desperate to be able to play Planescape. I know I'd love it. I'm terrified of all that dialogue, though. There's so much. There's so much. I destroy my vocal cords. I know this. It scares the shit out of me. You ever hear the one about the Phantom Sailor? They say he was once a good man. Provided for his family, loved his wife and children, spent many lonely days out on the sea working hard to make their lives better. The ocean takes its toll. Every time he returned, he came back with a little less of himself. But one day, that thing that came home was just a shell, the mindless body of an old seafarer with his soul still lost at sea. The mind and body called to each other, and one day the sailor will walk down the beach and step into the waves, letting the ocean swallow him whole. True story. Talking about his dad, I imagine? Pack some lozenges, oh god! Yeah, Trails also. Trails worries me as well. Trails, not just the amount of dialogue, the playtime as well. I've heard that's a pretty long one. Plus, once I've started on Trails, I'm committed to, like, keep going, right? Like, you can't just play one Trails game and go, that was lovely, I'm stopping now. So, you know, it's a commitment. I'm not sure I'm ready for that kind of a commitment yet. Yeah, even just testing the game out, Drav, I'm just like, oh my god, how is there so much writing in here? Yeah, there's so many Trails games. Oh, so, yeah, that's the reason I haven't started there. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate, that's why I haven't played Baldur's Gate, is because there's also so much in there as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, relentlessly, congratulations. Like I said, I know packing is no fun, and packing the stuff that, like, is constantly around you that you love, just your creature comforts, that is stressful. Most definitely. So you were doing awesome, you were kicking ass, and once moving day comes around, you are going to be proud of yourself, too, for having gotten all that done. Icewind Dale only? Oh my god. I have played Neverwinter Nights 2 on stream long time ago, and I loved that one. That was incredible. Only 1,000 hours. Oh, God. So, Callum, tell me about this family of yours. What's to tell? My brother's a meathead, and my parents don't know nor care who I am. They say they care for family first, but to them, family isn't 4 people under a roof. It's some abstract concept. It's the name that matters to them. Ka-Fi name, that's family. My mother only cares about the business. Any hint that I want to look for a better opportunity is met with lectures. And as for Ba, well, he's never been the same since his life went into dry dock. First chance I get, I leave it all behind. Mark my words. Man, everybody's going bad in the Ka-Fi family today. Oh yeah, Neverwinter Nights was way in the free camera days. Very early playthrough for me. Yeah, the writing was so good in that game, it really was. Mechanically, it hasn't aged great, but it was, oh man. It was charming. It feels as though a pall hangs over Club 88. There are fewer patrons on the dance floor, and far more hushed conversations than raucous frivolity. Ermine scans the too thin crowd, as if she could suss out the reason for the change. Something's not right. Not right at all. Has it gotten like this before? Once or twice in the 10 years we've owned the place. Usually when it gets this way, it's for obvious reasons. Death of someone beloved in Hawaii, or a terrorist attack hitting too close to home. This time, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. When spirits are down, people drink. Spirits are high, people drink. We make money either way. I just prefer knowing which way the winds are blowing. Comes from being an old sailor's wife. So you said you worked in the corporate sector before? Oh, yes. I was with Baihu for many years, before the boys were born. Started as low as one can get. But I was always good with people, and I understood the politics better than most. Being a troll in the corporate world is very hard. There's a lot of bigotry. However, I turned it to my advantage in every way I could. People underestimated me. I used that in every way I could. Sometimes being able to project raw, contained power is very useful. Slowly, I climbed the ladder. Sometimes I wonder what might have been if Callum hadn't come along when he did. But there's no change in the past. Does that mean it's in consideration for a replay? No, far too long. Like, that's too much time to commit to replay in one game, unfortunately. Like, there's a couple of games that are like that, where I'd be like, I wouldn't mind just playing that again to bring it to people that didn't see it before, but, oh, it's so long. Let's see, LTG, you're not a Neverwinter Nights fan, but was there a reason they never ported Neverwinter Nights 2? Wait, what do you mean by ported? To what? Like a new engine or something? I don't know. Yeah, it is playable right now. So that might be why. Oh, Beamdog did all those PS4 ports, never did Neverwinter Nights 2? I don't know. I suppose they might just not have gotten around to it yet, possibly. Because I think they still haven't done all of those engine games yet. I don't think so, anyway. But of course, it could also be there's a licensing issue, since it is, technically D&D rule set. That could definitely cause some problems right there. Follows, thank you so much for that. How are you doing today, Follows? Hope you're doing good. All of them are out, and you have them. Excellent. Nice, nice. It could be technical reasons, too. Some of those are just very messy behind the scenes. Ermine, is it things any better with Callum now? No, he's become even more distant of late, more secretive. I saw him talking with someone the other day, the kind of person who doesn't belong in Haoi and shouldn't even be here. I don't know who they were or what they wanted, but Callum is clearly trying to hide it from me. I have a bad feeling, same heavy feeling that hangs over this place. Something's wrong. Something bad is coming from my son, and I don't know if I can stop it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with my worries. Surely you have more important business. Oh, geez, yeah, everything's going bad for the Califis. I hope things go well for them. They deserve good things. Excellent, Follows. You already have a head start on the day. That's beautiful. Let's see, where do we want to head next? Let's talk to Maximum Law, see how he's doing. Law is speaking into the air as you approach. His bulky goggles flash with an unusually diverse array of conditions lights. Yo, T-Zero, I gotta go, man. This is the cat I was telling you about. The goggles servos whine softly as a set of lenses focus on you. Max, what's going on here? What have you been up to? Wait, were you just telling somebody about me? Don't worry, T-Zero's Wampoing. He's so cool, he's like refrigerant. What can I hook you up with today? I got some metadata for you. Yo, tell me what you got. The network runs on information. Let's see. Penelope Wong was sacked from Promises in Moonlight because the producer's being blackmailed. Law's jaw drops as if in shock. What? Do I look like a fucking tabloid? He stretches his arms wide in exasperation. Come on, Max, you're a stone-cold, steely-eyed killing machine. I don't need to hear that hot Sparkles Sue got sacked because she stopped banging the chairman of the board. Seriously, tell me something else. Entertainment bigwig Neville Ma has a vampire associate. She healed him after his recent auto wreck in exchange for living the high life. Boss scratches his tousled hair. No one's gonna believe that. I know it sounds crazy. It's not that, it's, that's word for word the plot of a side quest in the new expansion pack for Guanzhou Heat Year the Snake. Everybody's playing it. Memes like that are flying everywhere on the boards right now. I mean, I believe you, Max, because you're legit, but no one else will. Here, I'll still hook you up. I guess reality is as strange as fiction. Let's see what I got for you. You got any cash? Alright. 200 Nuyen, I'll take that. Yeah, alright, I think we're good there. He's Wimpoing, surely they'll like you then. He hasn't said anything yet, which is very nice. 7 games, holy crap. Only 6 to go. Progress. Progress is progress. Only 55 weeks. Jesus. If I'm going to do anything, I'll do a full year of adventure games. That sounds fun to me. That I would enjoy. Hey, it's Shannon, welcome in, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate. How are you doing today? How's everything going with you? Alright, let's head into the boat and check in with the rest of the crew. See how they're doing today. Oh boy, not King's Quest. I don't do Sierra here. They scare the shit out of me. Racker's shop is curiously silent. As you step down onto the grated metal floor, the sound of your own footsteps reverberates through the echo chamber of the converted engine room. Welcome back, my friend. He leans against his desk. There's something I can do for you? Quiet night in the shop, huh? Yes, quiet night. Takes a drag on a cigarette. One best suited for contemplation, planning, and visions of the future. Care to pick up where we left off last time? His smile widens. Light gleams off of strong, sharp teeth, lending him a predatory appearance. If you like, I must confess I've rather enjoyed our talks. It's good to have a sounding board to bounce ideas off of. Great, our talks have been pleasant in an academic sense. Glad to hear that we're on the same page. He takes a long drag on a cigarette. I must confess I sometimes forget how to interact with others. I am by nature a solitary creature. Good to have a kindred spirit, someone whom I can understand on the team. Koshei scuttles forward, mechanical pedipalps weaving. Its motions are as alien as charged with menace as they've ever been. Rachner glances at the machine and takes a step back. He claps his hands together and rubs them briskly. So, my friend, you had questions for me? Go ahead and ask them, please. I'll answer whatever I can. Oh, jeez, Shannon, that is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, God. Yeah, Roberta Williams, brilliant designer, but too hard, too stressful for me. Chris, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. How are you doing today, Chris? Hope you're doing well. I need to blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back, though. Don't go anywhere. Alright, sorry about that. Drev, they are both on the list. I would like to play both of them. I've never even played Broken Sword before, so that'd be new to me. The main reason I'm holding off on Monkey Island is because I'm trying to do all of the LucasArts games, and I'm probably going to do all the LucasArts games except Monkey Island, and then go back and do all of the Monkey Island games straight in a row. I think that'd probably be the best, for me anyway, to do. So, I do plan to get to them eventually, we'll see. Would you believe I do have Mystery of the Druids on the list? I don't think I'll enjoy any of it, but I want to play it. I gotta play it. Alright, so, Rachner, you said that sometimes you forget how to interact with other people? An idiosyncrasy of mine, I suppose. When I get lost in my own head, relating to others becomes difficult. He smiles apologetically. It's nothing personal, just a quirk that I occasionally struggle to hide. You're doing a pretty good job of it. You've always been friendly with me. But when you come down here, we talk about things that are relevant to my interests. That makes it easier. In any case, thank you. Your kindness is appreciated. The last time we talked, you hinted at Koshei being special in some way. I want to hear the full story. Yes, I had figured you might. Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual about Koshei in the time that we've worked together? He seems to react to your moods. It's weird, he's almost more like an animal than he is a drone. He nods, his lips pursed. Yes, a good observation. Koshei's behavior could be described as animalistic, and for good reason. I'm waiting. The drone lowers itself, its killing legs splayed. Rachner looks to the drone, his head cocked. Then he returns his gaze to you. His behavior is not drone-like because he is not a drone. At least, not in the way you would understand. He is the prosthesis. Prosthesis? What is he meant to replace? He isn't meant to replace anything, but he does contain a portion of me, as surely as your brain sits within your skull. We are in a way a singular entity in two bodies, metal and flesh made one. You're gonna have to explain that. Koshei acts as a home for my primal animal impulses, the id, to use Freud's structural model of the psyche. The analytical portions of my mind, the ego and superego, live on in me. They govern the id, and by extension, Koshei's behavior. When we're on a run, I rig into Koshei. I do not command him to attack. Rather, I loosen my grip on his reins and allow him to kill. He wants to hunt, to dominate, to bathe himself in blood. Reproduction would also be a drive if such a thing were possible. So if you were killed, Koshei would what, run amok? He chuckles. No, my friend, of course not. Koshei is not capable of storing any part of a human mind. He simply doesn't have the capacity for it. If I were to die, he would fall dormant, the same as any other drone. One day, perhaps I will perfect him, and a part of me will live on in his chassis after the meat of my body dies. But for now, I'm satisfied to live with him as a combined entity. Man and machine joined through a form of neural parabiosis into a single being. A beautiful first step into a post-human future. I guess if I have to know a mad scientist, I'm glad he's on my side. He snickers. Well said, my friend. And the feeling is mutual. If I must associate with violent criminals, I suppose I'm happy to call them friends. That's unique. Holy crap. Oh, new LucasArts game logo. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, allergies are kicking my ass today, definitely. EP, I loved Loom. Loom was so cool. What a neat puzzle-solving system. I really had a great time with that one. Oh yeah, Koshei, the mythological Koshei is such an interesting story too. Although I mostly know him from the Hellboy comics, which I thought was fascinating. Oh, Fallows, that's ridiculous. There shouldn't be. You wouldn't think there'd be allergens up there anyway. Meat check! Let's see. Alright, so you rigged your drone to act as a home to your most destructive impulses. I gotta ask, why? As a proof of concept, primarily. There are other advantages, of course. I shouldn't have to explain the value of a combat drone that wants to kill. Alright. Tell me why you think we're going to beat the essence limit. You hinted at it before, but I want to know. I could do that. I've already shared quite a lot with you, and you haven't run off screaming. Good sign, I should think. He studies your face, peering at you through the gloom. But tell me, Max, are you certain that you want to know? Some secrets are less pleasant than others. You might prefer to leave this stone unturned. I want to know whatever you have to tell me, Raptor. I don't run from things because they're unpleasant. Dragon of the West, thank you so much for that. How are you doing today? How's your weekend going? I quote 72! I don't know what was happening with my brain that day. But something was happening with my brain that day. Quote 172, also good. Quote 204, of course, always getting a good workout. Very good. There are things that you don't know about me, my friend. Important things. What kind of things? For one, I am not... how to put it? Whole. What do you mean by that? There was an accident when I was young. Shop accident. I barely survived it. I am very heavily cybered, my friend. You wouldn't know it because I keep my enhancements hidden. Others have found them disturbing in the past. What sort of enhancements are we talking about? He uses the edge of his hand to trace a line across his hips. Everything below the mid-pelvis is replacement material. That's where I was sheared in half, you see. It's a miracle that I survived the experience. The blood loss alone should have killed me. But here I am, alive and well. Greatly improved in point of fact. Hang on, you lost everything below the hips? Yes, traumatic loss to be sure, but not so terrible as you might think. By every conceivable measure, I have been improved since the time of the accident. I am more than I was before, not less. I'm not sure I can imagine anything worse. Then you have a poor imagination. Look at me, my friend. I have legs, better ones than the pair I was born with, and my reconstruction has yielded other benefits that more than make up for any tissue that I might have lost. He taps his temple with a finger. The doctors installed stimulus generators in my brain when they repaired me. With these, I can mimic the full range of sensations that the human body is capable of producing. Imagine the ramifications of such a thing. The things that you could do, the things you could experience. Hey, Allie! Welcome in, Allie. How are you doing today? How was your stream? What were you playing in? Tell me. What were you playing? Tell me everything. Who wants boobs? That's this guy. This guy right here. And for anybody from Allie's stream that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and the nostalgic. And today we're playing Shadowrun Hong Kong, which is getting intense right here. Turbo, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let me get caught up on shit. Wonder if Shane remembered to put a notification in Discord. Shane did not. Damn it, I should do that now. Lost, yes, I have seen Kronos. Kronos is cool. Kronos is real cool. I like that one a lot. Oh, that boop emote. That's perfect. Perfect. So yeah, Ellie, what were you playing today? Hope everything went well. I'm gonna throw a notification in Discord now. It's a little bit late, but you know, we can still do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw the link in there. There we go. Better late than never. Thank you, Nano. I appreciate the reminder. The boops is happening again. Battled. LTG, that is a more enthusiastic response than I expected. So yeah, Ractor is just telling us right now, this is our friend with his pet robot, that everything from him below the waist is robot parts, which is unusual in this setting. Let's see, Cats and Other Lives. I've heard of that one. It was pretty heavy at times, but it was really good. Oh man, I've been curious about that one, so thank you for letting me know about it. I'm glad you picked that to play, and I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. That is awesome. Excellent pick there. Very cool. So let's see. Where were we? Imagine the ramifications of such a thing. The things you could do, the things you could experience. The implications for operant conditioning alone are staggering. And so yes, I have lost the entire lower half of my body. The full ramifications of such a loss are obvious. But in return, I have gained so much more. At will, I can goad my brain into producing whatever sensation I wish. I can poke at the wiring of my own consciousness, and I can reroute that wiring as I see fit. Alright, so you're half machine. What does that have to do with the essence limit? Hey, Val, welcome in. How are you doing today, Val? How was your stream? What were you playing? Tell me everything. Hope you are doing good. They have ball robots. I love ball robots. Psycho Kowalski, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing well. So yeah, Ractor, what does any of this have to do with the essence limit? He spreads his arms. Look at me, Max. I have a shred of essence left in me, and only barely that. But I suffer none of the ill effects associated with traumatic essence loss. How can that be? A quirk of psychology, long viewed as an illness, but never properly understood. What I now understand to be an evolutionary adaptation to a post-human future. We will conquer the essence limit given time. Natural selection will see to it, and I am the proof. These stimulus generators that you've been implanted with, how do they work? Technology is rather akin to SimSense, but considerably more powerful and flexible. Most SimSense experience, those found in BTL chips for example, are structured around basic narratives that provide their users with context. But if you strip away the veneer of escapist fantasy, what you have left is an extremely powerful toolkit. I've never heard of anything like that on the market, not even in the shadows. I'm not surprised. They're Russian technology, government-funded and quite experimental. He sucks on his cigarette, a thoughtful expression on his face. The project was cancelled shortly after I received my implants. Something about graft and corruption on the administrative level. Yet another example of good science derailed by bad politics. Thank you, Nano. I appreciate that. I always appreciate that, in case I haven't said. Let's see. Psycho Kowalski, this is one of 2 games I've ever jumped on the crowdfund. How do you like the results? Were you happy with how it turned out? So far, I'm really enjoying it. Allie, that's incredible. That is everything I want in a game about cats. That's beautiful. 10 10 out of 10 game designers. Thank you for that. Definitely. The first one had its problems, but Dragonfall, oh, what a game. What a game. Let's see. Have you heard of anybody else that's gotten these implants? I know a handful of other recipients. From what I've heard, the others were all driven quite mad. To be handed control over the inner workings of one's own brain is a tremendous responsibility. He shrugs. Perhaps the others were less well-equipped to handle than I am. Be careful with those things, Ractor. Last thing I need is you wigging out on me. I've carried these implants for over 20 years, my friend. I know how to handle myself. You have nothing to fear. All the stuff you told me about yourself. It's a lot to digest. Yes, my friend, I'm sure that it is. Perhaps it would be best if you left. You have some processing to do, I think. And I would like the rest of the evening to myself. There's more to the story, of course, but nothing that can't wait till tomorrow. Sure, Ractor. We'll talk tomorrow. Very good. Rest well. Now, let's see. Oh, new Metroidvania crowdfunding. Very nice. From the country that brought you Hollow Knight. Apex, welcome in. How are you doing today, Apex? Hope all is well with you. The cabin is in a far better state than it was previously. The heat has been adjusted down and the ventilation restored. The boxes of junk and parts have been stacked and neatly arranged, and Gaichu's small amount of personal gear is tucked away in a corner. There's a small mat in the center of the cabin that looks like it doubles as both a rug and a sleeping pad. Oh, no worries, Allie. You go ahead and get some rest. I appreciate you bringing your community by. Very cool of you. And we will see you around. Apex going for a power nap? I hope you feel better after that. Good luck. Yeah, Silk Song is coming. Silk Song is coming. I think it's going to be worth the wait for people that are waiting for it. Let's see. Gaichu is seated in the lotus position, eyes closed. His fingertips rest on a braille reader that is plugged into his PDA. The device fills the room with a soft clicking from the pin combinations. As you approach, he lifts his hands from the reader's surface. Hello again, Max. Is there something I can assist you with? Oh, looks like you've carved out a nice little spot here. If you say so. I doubt it would be suitable for others, but I do not require much in the way of space, and I have few possessions. As long as I have a quiet area in which I can sit and relax, I am happy. Now, what is it you wish to discuss? What was that you were reading right there? Gaichu draws himself up, folding his palms in his lap. With one toe, he pushes the braille reader away. It is called Hagakure, Hidden Leaves, written by Yamamoto Tsunetomo, as a treatise on what it means to be a samurai, and how one should best serve one's lord. Required reading for the Red Samurai, unsurprisingly. Wasn't he forbidden from killing himself when his lord died? Gaichu blinks, obviously surprised. A wide grin spreads across his face. You know of him, then? Yes, that is Tsunetomo. He was eager to die and show his loyalty, but Lord Mitsushige had always found that custom to be wasteful. The author has a central thesis. When there is a question of life or death, always choose death. Throw oneself into the fray with no resignations and act on instinct alone. My current state of affairs speaks the truth of this more robustly than any lesson in a dojo. Now, what's the rest of the book about? Gaichu ticks off the points by unfurling successive fingers. It is partially a manual for proper behavior towards one's lord, partially a rumination on the mindset required to be victorious in combat, and partially a collection of stories. Tsunetomo believed that to truly embody the virtues of a samurai, adherents had to be mindful of their path at all times, never stop training, always question how one's actions reflect on their lord. Above all, be prepared to do your duty instinctively at any time, no matter what the cost. If I recall correctly, the author was a bureaucrat who never fought anyone. Gaichu's lips curl into a slight scowl, but he nods in agreement. That is true. Tsunetomo never fought anyone, and some have criticized him for trying to speak of being a warrior without ever lifting a sword. But I believe that he has many things of value to say. He cared a great deal about the deeper meaning of being a samurai. If lived experience is the only path to truth, then all philosophers are fools. I respect him for trying to elevate the philosophy. As do I. No one is perfect, but we shall all strive as diligently as he to elevate our way of being. Most walk through life blind, never understanding their own desires or the effects of their actions. If more of us meditated as deeply as Sunetomo on our lot in life, I suspect there would be less misery in the world. What does he say about masterless samurai like you? 7 times down, 8 times up. Gaichu smiles thinly, wrapping a claw on the hilt of his sword. More specifically, if a samurai has not been a ronin at least 7 times, he has not truly lived as a samurai. Those are different times, however. It is common for samurai to fall out of favor with their lord and be turned loose to wander. For company men like myself, the choice is serve or die. Anything else you'd like to discuss? Some guy in a hat, thank you for that. Apparently they only added the button a few weeks ago, so lucky me that I happen to have it there. Let's see, Kumo, welcome in. I have to be awake in 5 hours. Insomnia sucks. I know the feeling. I had insomnia for several years throughout high school and college, and it was a brutal time in my life. So I know what you're going through. I do. Let's see, I want to know more about what it's like to be a ghoul. Gaichu cocks his head at you, his milky eyes narrowing mirthfully. Preparing for the eventuality of killing me and collecting the bounty? Make sure you leave my face intact. I would prefer to be a well-preserved trophy. Maybe I can sell your body to an herb shop, one of the stodgy traditional ones. Gaichu bursts out laughing, slapping his knee. I can see it now. 8,000 nuyen an ounce for powdered ghoul bones. Guaranteed to cure rheumatism and arthritis, and to balance the flow of blood in your liver. Gaichu grows serious, leaning back. If you wish to know what it is like to be me, ask away. I see no reason to conceal the details of my condition. So... you eat people? What's that like? Gaichu blinks a few times and cocks his head as if to stare at the ceiling. What is it like to eat anything else, or for a diabetic to take insulin? It is like that, a fact of life. I have found that most people are revolted by the concept of eating the flesh of humans rather than the act itself. Taken in isolation of social concerns, humans are no more or less edible than most mammals. The flesh can be of poor or high quality, depends on the factors you'd expect, diet, lifestyle, etc. I prefer to prepare my meals as I would sashimi, light garnish and flavoring, but with an emphasis on the taste of the base meat. Do I enjoy it? No, not especially. Some Japanese are fond of pork and chicken sashimi, but I've never been one of those. Gaichu shrugs helplessly. But it is a fact I must accept, and if it is how things must be, I will make the best of it. Do you feel bad about having to eat people? No, but I was never a vegetarian, so why should I? Gaichu seems puzzled by the question, as if he's missing nuances of meaning. It does not matter where the meat comes from. Someone who died in a car accident is as viable as someone I kill. I admit I have eaten people that I've killed, but that was of necessity. I was going to kill them anyway. Why let their bodies go to waste? I mean, when he puts it that way, it makes a lot of sense. But nighttime, your brain is like, yeah, I get that too, EP. Hey, Eric Director, thank you for that. How are you doing today? How's your weekend going? So most ghouls smell like rotting meat. How come you don't? Diet and cleanliness. Most ghouls eat rotting flesh and do not bathe. I eat fresh meat and bathe regularly. Are you immortal? Considering this, Gaichu leans over onto one elbow. I have no idea. I do not believe there has been any organized studies of ghoul longevity. Most strains of the human metahuman vampiric virus impart a semblance of extended life, but I do not believe that the Krieger strain is one. Somehow I think it is more likely that I'll die in combat than of old age, no matter how long I live. Ooh, sounds nice, Eric Director. I always consider humans to be on the menu for vegans because humans are not animals. I thought the vegan role was whether Whether the things you eat can feel pain and can suffer. Humans definitely can. I speak from experience. It might be interesting to ask a doctor about that. What end? I live by the sword, and I will die by it. I have no illusions about my chances of growing old. Gaichu shakes his head in dismissal. How would I live out my days? In a rural country village, eating people who happen to expire on nearby roads? That will not be my fate. So, what's the deal with your teeth? What deal are you referring to? Did you file them down into those points? No, they are actually new teeth created by the infection. I suppose it is a natural advantage to have teeth better suited for carnivorous pursuits. Huh, yeah, that makes sense. You were talking about your father bailing you out of jail one time. Ah, yes. I do recall you asking about that. Gaichu's reticence is palpable in the long silence that follows. He does not continue. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. Gaichu sighs heavily, nodding. I have given you my word, and I intend to keep it. Do not be concerned. I simply have not spoken to my family in a long time. Bad memories? No, quite good ones, actually. I haven't seen Yasujiro in years, but that is my fault. We may not have seen eye to eye when I was young, but we came to an understanding, eventually. Yasujiro gave me an ultimatum after my run-in with Shawase Security. He told me that he had cut a backroom deal with a rival in Shawase to keep me out of prison. The charges would be suspended if I finished high school and studied at Kyoto University, with the intent of joining Renraku. If I did not, Shawase would take me into custody, and I would spend time in prison. What did that cost him? I have no idea. He refused to reveal what he had been forced to do in exchange, but I cannot imagine it was cheap. Insider information, perhaps? A deliberately botched contract? Yasujiro was a manager in the Water and Power Division, so the deal would have been lucrative, but not secret. I had always taken my family for granted. Raised in a Renraku family, going to Renraku schools. I always had a sense of place, of belonging where I was. Thought of it all vanishing. I simply could not imagine it. Suddenly the reality of my actions became clear. Gaichu runs his fingers over his bald scalp, smiling distantly. From then on, I tried to be the son he wanted, and he seemed glad of it. We grew much closer over the next few years. He took time off to visit me when I was living in Kyoto. Why would that be unusual? He was a very busy man in those days, a lot of responsibility and very little time for himself. I was impressed that he could carve off as much time as he did just to go camping with his son. A lot of nice wilderness in that part of Japan, I bet. Very much so. The land around Kyoto is protected from development due to historical and cultural significance. Most of those mountains are considered sacred, so the Diet declared them to be a national preserve. We made several trips around the area between Kyoto and Nara, around the villages of Aide. We camped around the mountains above it. We would hunt deer and boar there using my family's antique arquebus. It's a strange choice of weapon. It is a choice of expediency. It is nearly impossible for a private citizen to own a firearm in Japan, which is why you may so often read of Yakuza attacks involving swords and cleavers. As the Tanegashima that my family owns is from the 18th century, it is exempt from ordinary regulations. Gaichu chuckles softly to himself. Perhaps ironically, hunting with my father is how I learned to prepare raw meat. Strange to think that such activity has served as training for my current state of affairs. That's me getting 150 years, basically. Fish have no nervous systems, is that true? Seems odd. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's lots of reasons for it, most definitely. Alley Lords would welcome in here. Landlady has been through and now I can stop cleaning. Whew, I know that feeling. Hopefully that means you can relax and start unwinding now. Glad to have you with us, Allie. Well, I suppose that's a nice side benefit there, Kuma. Not all bad, most definitely. freaking long to walk from end to end. I can imagine. Val, welcome in. How's everything going with you today? Hope you're having a good day. So, Gaichu, what's the process? How do you prepare it? Soak the meat in brined water, simmer it at a low heat for several hours. Let it cool, and repeat the process over several days. Cannot get too hot, or I am unable to eat it. This process brings out the collagen in the meat. When it is done, I spice it with ginger and Sancho pepper. Again, not too much. Mundane food is anathema to me. Sighing happily, Gaichu stares off into the distance. When he looks back, he smiles broadly at you. Those were good days. I am sorry I cannot go back to those times. When one joins the Red Samurai, one must give up all attachments of one's previous life. The company, the code, and the unit become the entirety of your world. Even your family ties have to be cut? Especially those. Anything that could distract you from a mission must be purged. Commitment to the unit and the company must be total. Applicants must be human, Japanese, and utterly devoted to Renraku. Your unit becomes your family. Your commander is your father and mother, your teammates your siblings. Red Samurai are not allowed to reveal identities and positions to anyone outside the Special Operations Group. Even if we wanted friends outside the unit, we could not have them. So how'd you end up joining the Renraku military? Fair question, given my youthful indiscretions. Gaichu leans back, his blind eyes turned towards the ceiling. Are you familiar with the Kimpaitai? Those are the Japanese political police, aren't they? Yes. Much like the commissars of the Soviet Union, they are responsible for enforcing political and social orthodoxy. Not only concerned with the army, the Kimpaitai are also enforce certain laws with regard to the general populace. Excuse me. It's my understanding they're a Gestapo. That is not entirely accurate, but it is more correct than not. It is an organization with little oversight, broad powers, and simple recruitment methods. As such, power tends to get the better of most members. When I was enrolled at Kyoto University, I studied global security and political science. It is the major generally used as a gateway to private security postings with both government and corporate militaries. I knew I wanted to fight. I was a young man and my blood was always up. One of the requirements was that students join the Youth Brigade Kimpaitai. The Youth Brigade is a bit like the ROTC in North America, the Young Falcons in the Sioux Nation, or the District Officer Program in the Republic of Korea. Members learn to be soldiers without actually joining an army. They perform community service and promote civic pride. Performance and prestige in the Kimpaitai used to dictate later job opportunities, a bit like a good internship. Did you enjoy it? Not at first. Later it became pleasant. Power is a heady thing, especially for a youth who has few superiors to answer to. We developed a sense of superiority over others and began to abuse our power. I believe that may have been part of the point. Did they want you to feel superior? Yes. I believe the purpose of the Youth Brigade is to teach students to glorify the group over the individual, already a strong concept in Japanese culture. In doing so, the students are prepared for the realities of the future relationship with the corporation. We did as we were taught, such is the way of the authority on the young. Gaichu shrugs indifferently. But what kind of things did you do? The details do not matter overmuch. Forced our way into homes under false pretenses to intimidate families. We encouraged children to inform on their parents, accepted bribes to look the other way, if we were in the mood, or had people arrested for said bribery if we were not. Petty behavior, but such things were encouraged. When I was nearing graduation, I was approached by a recruiter with Renraku Security. She told me I come from a good family and could have a promising career with the company. She offered to fast-track my application towards a potential Red Samurai position. 3 years with the Renraku military as a junior officer, and guaranteed placement in a Red Samurai training billet of my choosing. The pay was good, and the excitement of being an elite was an attractive proposition. I accepted, but I did not truly understand what I was signing up for. As I told you before, they force you to give up everything except the company and unit. That was made clear to me, but I did not truly understand it. So what happened? Exactly what you'd expect happened. I signed the contract, I became a soldier in Renraku's army. I was physically fit, at the top of my class, and it seemed inevitable I would see my desires fulfilled. Gaichu wraps 2 knuckles on his breastplate. Obviously I succeeded. The training was extremely difficult, both mentally and physically. I knew that I would be isolated from my old life, but did not anticipate the full extent of the isolation. All Red Samurai recruits report to a facility called the Forge in Chiba. You are assigned a unit, you and 4 other recruits, and for the next 2 years, the Forge will be your home and prison. Shaking his head wistfully, Gaichu snorts. Seems ridiculous in retrospect. We were all so young. None of us had any idea what we were doing, except trying to become the best soldiers in the world. And yet those strangers became my new family, in the absence of the old.
Running riot.
EP, thank you for the 200 bits. Yeah, Brimey! Thank you so much for that, EP. I appreciate that. So I get caught up on chat here. Val, you've been playing Jedi Survivor since you finally got a hold of a PS5? Excellent. How are you liking the game so far? I hope you're having a good time with it. I've been hearing good things, aside from bugs in the PC version. 30 kilometers! Jeez! Nothing like being on vacation in a foreign country and having your legs completely blown out. So tell me about the members of your unit. Gaichu wrinkles his nose as smelling something foul. That chapter of my life is over and done with, and they are no longer part of my world. Why would you care about any of that? You said they became your surrogate family. That's important. You make a wise point. Commanders should know their soldiers as well as they know themselves. Very well. Gaichu looks down at his hands, picking something out from beneath one claw. He continues to look at his hands while he speaks. When I was younger, I would have more readily cut off my fingers than tell you what you ask. You must understand that secrecy is absolute among the Red Samurai. Your identity becomes secret, erased from any database that might connect you to the Red Samurai. You use only your code name when in the field, and your given name is known only to your commanders and your unit. Even other Red Samurai units have no idea who you really are. Oh, good to hear, Val, good to hear. Finally looking up from his hands, Gaichu leans back against the boxes. Contact with the outside world is cut off completely. Even once training is over, your communications are restricted. Maintaining relationships outside of those you work with is frowned upon. That sounds horribly isolating. By design, it is. Forces recruits to bond with their unit and transfer every emotion they have for their old friends and family to the unit that they must work with. If there is a tighter bond among any other Special Forces unit, I would be surprised. Red Samurai units are always 5 members, one of whom is a spellcaster. During training, each member takes turns being commander. The most competent is giving the billet permanently upon graduation. That seems like a good way to ensure everyone has a fair shot at it. Gaichu nods, propping himself up on one knee. It is. By rotating UMS commander duties, we were able to see very quickly as the mind and personality to lead the team, and who is more comfortable following. Ishida was our commander. He came from a rich family in Saitama, the kind of family where he was given every advantage possible, with the expectation that he would keep the family name prestigious. He was older than the rest of us, as he'd already spent 6 years in the army. Very severe man, rarely given to humor. Takagawa was usually the second in command. As our designated marksman, he tended to have a better tactical view of how an operation should be run, simply because he needed to study the terrain more. He loved to get us laughing. Without him, I think I would have gone crazy in the first few months. Our mage's name was Sasaki. She had been training as a Miko, an apprentice priestess, when her magic began to manifest. She was in the unit for the challenge and for the money. Her family had always been poor, and they always had told her she would never amount to anything. I think she had joined the Red Samurai just to prove to them that she could do anything she wanted to. My kind of attitude, I admit. Gaichu cocks his head, amused. I'm unsurprised to hear it. You and Sasaki share similar attitudes. Neither of you stops to consider if your goals are attainable. You simply know that they are. Our team's heavy gunner's name was Aomori. He kept the team honest with himself. He had never had a disparaging word for anyone, but would not hesitate to call someone out for their behavior. Saki loved that about him. Really, she loved all of him. The two were discreet, but discretion only goes so far in a small team. Still, we respected their privacy where possible. Is that kind of thing allowed? If the unit commander allows it, yes. We were given incredibly wide leeway in what to allow or forbid in our unit, the belief being that the results were the only thing that mattered. If the unit failed, it would fail as a whole. Sasaki and Aomori were crazy about each other, and it would have done more harm to keep them apart. Lastly, there was me. I was the close quarters and breaching expert. First man in the door when we had to clear a room. I was the perfectionist on the team. Almori could get us to do anything, but I was the one who made certain we did it well, with style. How do you mean? If a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing well. If that thing is also your duty, it is worth doing perfectly. Many times we would perform a drill or exercise well enough, but that was not good enough if I had to trust my life to it. That was why we became one of the best teams in the organization's history. That's a thing to be proud of. Of course it is. Do you think I don't know that? Gaichu sighs heavily. I apologize. It is just that those feelings are still raw sometimes. Even if I were to be cured, I could never go back. They have been disgraced, and I have done unforgivable things. I have been cast out for good. What do you mean? Gaichu closes his eyes, sighing through his nose. When they ambushed me in Fukuoka, it was fight or die. I killed 2 of them before I escaped. I will not be returning to the unit, no matter what. He opens his eyes after a moment, shoulders slumping. It is not an easy memory to grapple with. That's fine, Gaichu. Take your time. Thank you, Max. I am sorry I cannot talk about it now, but I need to process the emotions. They are still raw. I am tired. Come back later and we can talk more. That is a lot. That is a lot. I get him. I get it. All right. Let's see what else we got around here. Let us go see if Duncan has anything new to say today. May as well. You enter to find Wu stalking the floor silently, one hand held rigidly near his hip, the other flexing and unflexing again and again. When he notices you, he nods once and goes back to his caged panther routine. You're gonna wear a hole in the floor that way. Wu keeps pacing. Need something? Are you gonna be okay? Yep, I'm just trying to maintain. Pacing helps. Been thinking about Josephine Sang, what she did to our family, what she did to Carter. His pace increases a bit, and his tusks jut forward slightly. Josephine Sang. Goddamn Josephine Sang. We'll find a way to get her, Duncan. Good, because when we do, the old Duncan is coming out to play. Wu's eyes smolder. Here's what we do. We walk into Sang headquarters and ask for the boss. When she comes down, we grab her, take her somewhere quiet, ask her why she had Carter and those runners killed. Find out what happened to Raymond, whether he's alive or dead. What happens next is up to her. Kidnap a member of the Hong Kong Executive Council while there's an EPB out on us. It's bold. They'll never see it coming. This is the way to go. My way. My way, Duncan? Yeah, my way. There's one way this is gonna go. He catches himself. Understanding appears in his eyes. Oh, crap, that's what Ray used to say. Raymond Black, our benevolent dictator. No questioning his rules, no falling short of expectations. It was his way or the wrong way. Yeah, Raymond could be pretty harsh when we didn't live up to his standards. Oh man, do you think? You remember what happened a few years after we moved out of the squat and into his house? That thing with Double Tray and Lockjaw when he accused us of relapsing back into our old ways? Man, that was when Ray's authority finally got tested. His raspy baritone is tinged with satisfaction when I finally stood up to him. Let's see. He couldn't hear a word you were saying. I'd never seen him so angry. It was a sight to behold, that's for sure. I didn't listen, he didn't listen, then we butted heads, same as always. He smiles, but it's filled with regret. But that one was the worst. Good thing you were there to stop it. His face settles into an expression of resignation. Okay, Mr. Brooks. We don't need to do things my way. No need for us to butt heads. He stretches. You can hear his joints crack. And on that note, I'm going to have to ask you to clear out. It's been another long day. Yeah, I hear you. Later, Duncan. Catch you then, Garth. Shane, will we get an old bag voice for one of the NPCs? Oh god, I hope not. The thing destroys my vocal cords. Goddamn Sanghole! Josephine goddamn hellhole saying, oh my god. The good life has had an effect on all of us, it's true. Warded, nice all in, congratulations. Alright, let's head upstairs. And let's see if Gobbet has anything else to say. We are! This is the good life, truly. Gobbet glances up at the sound of your approach. A slight smile crosses her face. Hey, pal. She puts her hands on her hips, sending madness scurrying. You ready for your next lesson? Absolutely, hit me with it. Straight to business. She nods appreciatively. I like that. Good. This one is about people like Auntie Cheng and why we need them. There won't be a Q&A session after this story, but I want you to listen up. It's important. I'm all ears. Alright, so here's the upfront lesson. Fixers are important. You can't just go to Johnson yourself and get a job. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It's a bad idea all around. Do you want to tell me why? Because Auntie Cheng and people like her serve a purpose. You get a job from her, and you can trust she's vetted the client. That's important. Protects the whole team. She takes a breath, lets it out slowly. You, remember the lesson from last time? The one about Sui and the shiny object? Yeah. Well, after that run was over, we went back to the sinking ship for some R&R. Sui had told us that the client would be sending a boat to collect the shiny object in the morning. All that we had to do was keep the thing safe until the handoff. We were in a celebratory mood. We killed an evil wizard and stole a priceless artifact. Good night's work by anyone's standards. Excuse me. Hanu and Egret got good and drunk in record time, so we went back to his cabin with the shiny object to, I don't know, stare at it for a while or something. I retired to my cabin and crashed out. It had been a long night. The vocal cord parasites? Jeez, I hope not. 16! That's a good roll. Congratulations. I remember waking up to sounds. Yelling, maybe? I was groggy and they were far away. I couldn't quite make them out. The clock said 4:30 a.m. People were always partying on the raft, playing loud music, shooting off fireworks, that kind of thing. So loud noises early in the morning weren't unusual. Something felt off somehow. Off? How so? It's hard to describe. A queasy feeling in the pit of my stomach and an elevated heartbeat. Rapid, shallow breaths. It was a lot like a panic attack, really. Not the kind of thing you can sleep through. So I got up to investigate. If something was wrong, I wanted to know. And if it wasn't, I might as well get in on the party. I stepped out into the hallway and my foot slipped. I came down hard, landed on my ass, and found myself sitting in a pool of blood. Oh, that's not good. She shakes her head, grimacing. No, it was pretty bad. So it was pretty obvious by that point that something had gone horribly wrong. My first thought was that the shiny object might have, I don't know, unleashed something? After what I saw it do in the warehouse, I wouldn't have been surprised. I shook that off pretty quick, though. I knew what this was. Our client was playing us. He'd hired us to steal the thing, and rather than pay us for the job, he'd sent another team to take it away. So what do you do? I got up and beelined for Malvina's cabin. She was the closest thing the sinking ship had to a leader, and the strongest rat shaman on the raft. Now, if the raft was under attack, that's probably what I would have done too. Yeah, it seemed like the right thing at the time. If there was a retrieval team coming for the shiny object, and they were strong enough to handle Sui while he was holding it, what chance would I have of stopping them on my own? I figured it was time to bring out the big guns. Malvina was the one who I could get them from. I, passed some pretty bad stuff on my way down to Malvina's cabin. It was old man Zuyon's vault all over again. The torn up bodies, the blood-streaked floors. I saw people who'd been cut apart with machetes, scorch marks on the container walls. She bites her lip, grimacing at the unpleasant memories stewing in her head. Deep down in the pit of my gut, I could feel the throbbing vibration of the shiny object. That heartbeat feeling I had in the warehouse. It was back and stronger than ever. Whatever that rock was, it was awake. Did you make it to Malvina's cabin? Yes. I burst through the door, all ready to spread the news, and someone smashed a gun into my face. It was Cadmus, my friend. He jammed the muzzle of his super warhawk in my cheek so hard it hurt, and grabbed me by the belt with his other hand. I wasn't going anywhere. Just over his shoulder, I saw Malvina. She didn't look amused. Did they think you were in on the attack somehow? Yeah, only it wasn't an attack. Our client had nothing to do with it. Turns out there was no client. Sui had lied to us. And by helping to steal the shiny object, I'd unwittingly given him what he needed to foment a mutiny. She pauses for a moment, gathers her rats in her hands and lifts them to her shoulders. They scurry over the leather of her coat and disappear into her hair. As it turns out, betrayal hurts, Seattle. Malvina felt it, and I felt it too. Sui had been a friend. I just risked my life to save his like 4 hours ago, and he tricked me into helping him do something unthinkable. So what did you do? What could I do? I didn't have a whole lot of options, and Cadmus was kind of on edge, like red-faced and screaming. So I opened my mouth and I fast-talked my way out of it. I started off by doubling down on my loyalty to Malvina, Cadmus, and the status quo on the sinking ship, swearing my undying friendship. You know the drill. I did a good job of it, but they still looked a little iffy. Iffy with a warhawk is bad. So I volunteered to prove myself by stealing the shiny object back from Sui. That was brave of you. I know, right? Not my style at all. But then, I didn't really have a choice. I'd inadvertently helped to arm the bastard who was tearing my friends and neighbors apart. I didn't think I could have cleared my name without taking his weapon away again. It was a hell of a night. I don't want to get into too many of the gory details. Friends died. Hell, friends killed each other. It was brother against brother, all that jazz. And Sui's indiscriminate use of the shiny object left a lot of things into this world that shouldn't have been. So, did you wind up stealing the thing back from him? Yes. It wasn't easy, but I got it. And I took it back to Malvina. She put the thing to better use than Sui ever did. She took the thing like she'd been grown up using it. We lost dozens of people, but Sui's side lost more. Cadmus was critically wounded, but he pulled through. After the skirmish, Malvina held an assembly. She told everyone there'd be new rules for life on the raft. Anyone who refused to follow them could leave. And if you broke them, you were done. The rules of the sea and all that. After the pronouncement, she turned on the surviving mutineers. Hanu was one of them. He'd been in on Sui's plan the whole time. She didn't kill him, but she did exile them from the sinking ship. And for people in our economic bracket, that was as good as a one-way trip to the walled city. I'd be willing to bet they're all dead by now. In the wake of Malvina's ultimatum, 5 survivors left the sinking ship. I was one of them. Yeah, I wouldn't have hung around either. She nods. You know how it is. We may have washed the blood off the decks, but the energy of the sinking ship had changed. It wasn't the carefree haven that I loved anymore. And as sensible as Malvina's rules were, I wasn't up to living under them. I had to go. We parted on good, but sad terms. And as you'd expect, we drifted apart over the years. It's funny, I haven't even thought of Malvina or the sinking ship in years. Not until I decided to teach you your previous lesson, and it all came flooding back in. She pauses, turns to you. That's the story. It's finished. But I want to circle back on the lesson that I gave you up front, because it's important. We need Auntie Chang to bring us work. That's obvious. But we also need her to keep us honest. To be sure that we on the team are playing straight with each other. Auntie Chang's reputation rides on the legitimacy of the jobs that she brings us. And that, more than anything, is why we need her. If we didn't have Auntie Chang or someone like her, we'd eventually tear ourselves apart. Happened on the sinking ship, it could happen again in Haoi. So anyways, that's the lesson. If you got follow-up questions, go ahead and ask them. Let's see, let me cut up here. Did you really save that much money paying a second set of Shadowruns to steal from the first? That would have been inefficient, and that's not what happened. So that makes sense. Trey Dog, thank you so much for that. How are you doing today, Trey Dog? How's everything going with you? Hope you are doing good. She's the wind, baby! I love it. I love it. I'm sorry, I have to blow my nose again. My allergies are killing me today. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Nature is waging war against Shade, and it's winning. So, what did Malvina do with the shiny object? Well, first she used it to get rid of the things that Sui had let loose. Then she put it away for safekeeping. Probably still there on the sinking ship, ensconced in some shrine or other, held under lock and key. Well, at least she's keeping it safe. She shrugs. I'd have preferred if she ditched the thing, but in the end it wasn't my choice to make. From what I've heard, she's still in power over there, so I guess it worked out okay. And Sui, what happened to him? That walking colostomy bag was already dead, eaten by his own monsters after I took the shiny object away. Turns out he wasn't much good at controlling them without it. Her voice fills with grim satisfaction. He didn't even live long enough to watch his mutiny fail. Well, thanks, Cobbett. Sure. And Seattle, thanks for listening. These lessons are for your benefit, but I think that they help me too. And it's nice to be taken seriously every now and then. Hey, no problem, Gobbett. I look forward to the next one. Her face lights up. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna move on. I've got Gobbett things to do. Alright. Isabel, I don't think is gonna have anything new to say yet. Or worse yet, throat spiders. Those do sound unpleasant and horrifying. Throat spooters, please no. Alright, let me save real quick, because we haven't saved today yet. Save right there. And then let's check in on the mission computer, see what we got going on there. Oh yeah, Night Vale has all kinds of creepy stuff like that. Alright, one unread message. Auntie Cheng and Josephine. Hey Seattle, I think I can add a little context to that thing between Auntie... Oh, this is from Gobbett. I think I can add a little context to that thing between Auntie and Josephine Sang. You know, the thing that makes Auntie hit the sauce and talk revenge? This is a combo of stuff I heard and stuff I put together myself, so your mileage may vary. For years, the Yellow Lotus acted as tax collectors within the walled city. Since the walled city was built by Josephine Sang and the Yellow Lotus was run by Auntie Cheng, they must have had a working business relationship, for a while at least. From what Nightjar told me, he was her favorite. You got that, right? Auntie was known as a real up-and-comer back then. She was on the fast track to be the next Yellow Lotus 438. That's a big deal gig, Seattle. Money and power galore. Now, you need to know that there were a lot of triads and corps doing biz in the walled city. All sorts of stuff. Sometimes they worked together nicely, and sometimes people got bloody. The way that I heard it, Auntie came up with some sort of grand plan to consolidate the business in the walled city. The power would be split between the Yellow Lotus and Sang's company, and everyone else would get a cut. If her plan worked, Auntie would rise in the Lotus like nobody's business, and Josephine Sang would make long bank. There was a catch, though. In order for the plan to work, both women would need to jump through a lot of hoops. There'd be street-level maneuvering and power plays on Auntie's side, and blackmail and negotiations on the corporate level from Josephine Sang. My info gets sketchy here. From what I've pieced together, Sang went behind Auntie's back and took her plan to the boss, a 438 named Wong Lun Fat. They cut kindly out of her own plan. Why'd Sang do that? My guess is she saw Auntie as some sort of threat. People in the know say that Wong Lun Fat is weak and greedy. She can be manipulated if her palm remains well greased. Long story short, power was consolidated in the walled city just like Auntie planned, only she didn't wind up getting any of it. Her climb in the Lotus ladder came to an abrupt halt. She's still a straw sandal just like she was before the Sang backstabbed her, and now she's stuck in Haoi like a fly in amber. I'd be pissed too if it were me. That makes sense, yeah? I believe it. Let's see, the name Nightjar just makes me think about the fact that there is a bird called Satanic Nightjar. Holy crap! That is the most metal bird name I have ever heard. Alright, so we've got some pay data to post, so let's do that. The Repulse Bay construction plans. Put that up there, see what we got next time we come up here. And, ooh, we have lots of interesting threads on here. Let's see what we got. Let's see, thread looking for Decker. Looking for experienced Decker for a discreet milk run on a low-level corporate lab. Potential for a longer-term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for years running your basic heists and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and a long list of happy clients. Requirements: you must not take experimental stims during runs. 2, you must have a good sense of humor. Give me some Nguyen 888. Were you just looking for a decker a little while back? I saw your ad, but I was wrapping up a one-time run with an old partner and moved away. I'd be interested in meeting. Isn't Muffin Top Ninja your fizz ad? Runs with scissors. Did someone call my name? Muffin Top Ninja. Hey, MTN, long time no beer. We gotta catch up, Sensei. Bring me on as your decker. I guess the kid who answered your last ad didn't work out? Runs with scissors. Oh, that's an understatement. I think we can count on you not to consume any drugs during runs, most specifically drugs that were part of the payload. Fatal experimental drugs that were part of the payload. Muffin Top Ninja. Ouch. Runs with scissors. It's not even a rookie error. It's just lack of common sense. Real shame, that. Anyway, I'm glad you're on board, Runs. We're not going to have a problem with you, Muffin Top Ninja. Interesting. Diabolical Nightjar. Jeez, I don't want to run into that bird in a dark alley. August arrived home with Frisbee and Lego blind bags. Ooh. Oh, that sounds like a good pull there, Rin. Excellent, excellent. DB Stewart, anytime they call it a milk run, you're about to get shot at. It's bad news. How are you doing today, DB Stewart? Hope you're doing good. It's true, AP, it's true. Thumbtack, welcome in. I had a dream about Harvester 3 somehow. Unsurprisingly, upon detection of my dream, the Harvest Moon ordered immediate corrections. The violence and arcane puzzles reminded me that we still had to require a part 2. The Harvester payload deserves the world. I love it. I love it. Welcome in, Thumbtack. Hope you're having a good weekend. I think that was the guy, Gabagoobo. I'm not 100% sure, but that was nice. I'm doing good, DB Stewart. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Thread. Want to trade eyes. Will take anything. I acquired a huge supply of cutting-edge cybernetic eyes. My fence did a runner, so now I've got eyes up to my eyeballs, as it were. Make me an offer. Shankmeister 007. They got the whole 9 yards. 2010 vision, camera, low light, thermographic modes. One size fits all. Sold in pairs only. Box set. Colors, brown, blue, violet, hazel, green, green flecked with gold, chrome, and you've got to install them yourself. Trade you a Ranger Arms SM3. Comes with a matching briefcase. Squinty face. Deal. Message me. Can I swap you my old Cyber Eyes for a new set? Lex Talionis. Seriously, anything but that. Shankmeister. Can I buy one blue and one brown eye? Hunky dory. No, but you can buy 2 pairs. Sheesh. Shankmeister. Thank you, everyone. Shankmeister. I love the runner handles. They're so ridiculous. What a time to have that emote, chat. What a time. Thread Uncle Say's House of Pork. If anybody ever has the hankering to go to Uncle Say's House of Pork in Tai-O, I can only say one thing. For the love of all that's holy, don't. I haven't been able to leave my house in 2 days. The only reason I can even post here is because of the RAS override in my deck. Beely. What did you eat? Maybe you're just unlucky. Sir Yum Yum Cha. All I had was some shumai and ribs. It's pretty basic and hard to mess up. Unlucky is when I got a bad orange at the market. This isn't unlucky. This is something else. This is some kind of vile gastrointestinal sorcery. Beely. Oh my god, I only ate there once. Once! I still have nightmares. I feel like I'd eaten a wasp's nest if the wasps were made of rusty razors and also on fire. Maofu. Wow, that is an incredibly vivid way to describe having some intestinal distress. The go-away bird, the drab seed eater, the little bustard, and sad flycatcher. Where do these come from? These are incredible. The wasp lady? Oh god. Coming back. I thought I was being clever by getting the pulled pork sandwich when I ate there. Nope. Aside from basically being a pile of congealed sludge and the bread being moldy, it was a week before I could hold down anything more solid than congee. Letipics. What, are you all a bunch of children? Yeah, the kitchen's dirty, but I've eaten there dozens of times. Not once have I gotten sick. Grow up and learn to eat adult food. Ratstar123. Wait a second. Aren't you the person who was raving about the food cart on the corner of Kimberly and Observatory? You told me to get the yuzu glazed horse tripe? Maofu. Yeah, how'd you like it? Pretty good, huh? Ratstar. If by good you mean the consistency of tar and old tires, yes. The trike must have been a week or more old, and I'm pretty sure I smelled rot once the initial citrus blast wore off. Take note, this user's advice on food is not to be trusted. Maofu. Oh god, reading that actually got me to push past the RAS override. Now my deck is covered in vomit. Thanks, guys. I mean it. Nothing I love more than being sick and disgusting. Really. Wow. That place sounds like a trip. Grushin, welcome in. How are you doing today, Grushin? Hope everything is going good with you. Seamot Dibbler conquers the Shadowverse. He's cutting his own throat. My theory is that people who name birds just really hate birds. I believe that. That checks out. Let's see. Walled City embezzlement history. I'm uploading another Walled City report. This one old, from just after they built it. I ended up digging into the history of this place. It's just archival plaintext. Isabel. Consolidated Press, Hong Kong desk. Sang Mechanical Services, Sang, was again accused in a joint lawsuit headed by Wu Xing Inc. of embezzling hundreds of millions of nuyen during the construction of the Walled City low-income housing project. The plaintiffs filed an official complaint on Monday, stating that construction contractors have been heavily pressured by Sang to use cheap construction techniques, while kickbacks, graft, and misrouting of funds caused several hundred million nuyen to vanish. Sang's legal team strenuously objected to the accusations, citing lack of proof and the corporation's own damaged fortunes. Legal team spokesman Li Qishan has this to say: "The Walled City contract was a disaster for my client. The project was sabotaged at every turn by union activists and competing corporations. TMS struggled heroically to complete the project despite this interference. These parties have now added insult to injury by fabricating charges of malfeasance based on the very obstacles which they themselves created. This has truly become a theater of the absurd." Is it true? According to Consolidated Press financial analyst Gertrude Schoen, it seems unlikely. Sang has struggled financially since the Walled City project. Sang's stock ticker TMQ, Hong Kong and Tokyo exchanges, is trading at around 40% of its peak, which it reached just after receiving the Walled City contract 4 years ago. Although investors have indicated there is evidence of possible misconduct, no misappropriated funds have ever been found, and CEO Josephine Sang recently sold her Victoria Peak estate, citing financial difficulties. If TMS or the Sang family have benefited from stolen Walled City funds, they're not showing it. Ms. Sang could not be reached for comment. Huh, I always thought that Sang rocketed to success on the back of the Walled City. They sure trumpet that in the PR, Dong Jiang. Yep, it's a brilliant piece of historical revisionism. The Walled City was a huge loss of face at the time, but somehow they've rebranded the whole fiasco over the last couple of decades. Maybe their underbidding made them seem like a real sucker and brought in the contracts. Amanita. Isabel, I find the fact that you posted a financial article to be charming. White Prism. White Prism, did you just hit on ISO? Amanita's gonna skin you, Freedom Cowboy. No, that's just WP. He's incapable of flirting. Would you date a woman named Amanita and then try to charm someone else on the BBS? WP is just an Argo mentat with a poor social filter. Amanita. You two must have an interesting relationship, Freedom Cowboy. Let's just say we radically complement each other, Amanita. I'm gonna steal that line because that's real good. Let's see. Hollabread, thank you for the happy affiliate anniversary. I appreciate the heck out of that. How are you doing today? How's your weekend going so far? Hope everything is good with you. Let's see. King Smashington, thank you for that as well. How's everything going with you? Hope you're having an excellent time. But yeah, let's just say we radically complement each other. I love that. Doing well. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thread. Merc operative? Accessing BBS archives. Please wait. See attached image dated to late 2050. The human in the middle is Simon Zauer, a mercenary fixer in Macau. He's a known quantity. I'm interested in the elf on the left. Anyone recognize this guy? Archaeopteryx. Your person of interest is Roald Han, aka Whipsaw. He's not a merc, he's a corpo turned runner turned corpo. He's now a counter-disruption advisor, currently under contract as Transys Neuronet. Sour's just a broker, but I'm wondering what Whipsaw is doing with the third guy, the troll. Icebreaker. Blood Meridian. Icebreaker? He doesn't look like a Decker. Escape velocity. Icebreaker as in as big as an icebreaker. The ship. He supposedly ran a paramilitary crew for a while. Blood Meridian. I've heard of this guy. He vanished 6 years ago. His whole team went completely dark. They were called the Fleet. Word is they hit a big score and retired. Scryo. Yo, guys, I've got metadata that Icebreaker's crew got wiped out. Only 2 survivors, and you won't find them. Tin Helmet. Tin Helmet, I am tired of your weird-ass rumors. Frenetics. Tin Helmet may be correct. One fleet associate, Ustrada, posted on their BBS 6 times over the last year. Another Bali song was collected by Bounty Hunter. See attached image, White Prism. Thanks, White Prism. That's fucking awesome. We all really needed a picture of a woman shot in the face and slumped over a toilet. This isn't a gore board. I swear he had Asperger's or something. Frenetics. I would not like to be surprised with that picture either, in fairness. Warn a person! Radical dudes! The little bastard is so good. Hey, Hollowbread, welcome back. I said thank you very much for the well wishes. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? How's your weekend going? Hope everything's going good with you. All right, one last thread to read here. Thread Kowloon Car Bomb. Accessing BBS archives. Car bombing in Kowloon City today near Salisbury and Nathan. Triad hit? Extremists? So this is in 51, Blood Meridian. The Triads don't usually use car bombs, and terrorists want a substantial blast to kick fragments. This one had a small explosive, but burned like an oil well. Vanisher. Voila! HKPD report apprehended. One fatality, the driver. Guy named Ripshot. Burned almost beyond identification. Amanita. Ripshot, he's a rigger. He rolls for the fleet. He's got a long enemies list. Crazy taste. No crazy taste. I don't know why people keep associating the fleet and this Ripshot guy. The fleet's rigger is a Schengen guy named Chainlink. Yeah, Ripshot has a lot of enemies, but he's a Calfo croc shaman over in Kwang Tong, and he's not dead. Amanita. Several people have operated in Hong Kong under the handle Ripshot in the last year. None of them are linked to the fleet, but that crew is known to spread misinformation about their composition, so who knows? Amanita. I see the body identification was made from limb DNA, a skull fragment, and the footage from a nearby CCTV camera. White Prism. White Prism, Amanita? Are you going to go conspiracy theory on us? Again? Escape velocity. I guess not. It's your birthday and everything's chaos, but I'm chilling anyway. Love Shadowrun, never played this one though. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Very good so far. And also, happy birthday! What do you got going on today? You got anything chill? You got anything celebratory? Hope you got something nice happening. Nancy Drew in the case of the Hong Kong Shadowrunners? I would play the shit out of that. Alright. So I think we're good there. Let's go lay down for the night, shall we? I don't think we've had a chance to rest. Yeah, let's go lay down. Have a nice, relaxing sleep after a good run. A stabbing pain in your stomach jolts you awake. Your entire abdomen is cramping up. You roll in your cot, willing the shooting pains that radiate from your stomach to go away. Your mouth is bone dry and your tongue is swollen. Feels thick and inarticulate, like a useless slab of meat. A quick glance at your PDA tells you that it's 4 a.m. Outside of your cabin, the rest of Haoi sleeps. All that you remember of the dream is that you awoke from a horrible, unfulfilled yearning, and a need to get where you're going first. Others were behind you. You could feel the heat of their breath on your neck. If you were to beat them to your destination, you could slam the door in their faces, keep them out and away from what was yours. But if they overtook you, you would feel that terrible longing forever. As you grasp the last fleeting memories of the dream, a wave of exhaustion washes over you. Feels like you've been drugged. You collapse back into your cot and into a black, dreamless sleep. When you open your eyes again, the sun filters in under your door. It's morning. Well, that continues to be terrifying. Did you eat from Mr. So? Oh god, I hope not. Took the day off, that's gift enough? That is a nice thing sometimes. Hey, EP, EP, thank you so much for the gift sub to Hollowbread. That is awesome of you. Gift sub number 7 in the channel. Thank you very much for the generosity. And Bread, enjoy the emotes there. Have fun with those. Oh, some guy in a hat, your birthday was yesterday? Well, happy birthday to you belatedly as well. Pretty chill, just a small family. That can be nice, though, getting to spend some time with family. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed that one. Me waking up after any sleep? I know the feeling. Alright, so let's make another save. And then let's go ahead and pick a job, and I think I know what I want to do now. I think I know which run I want to go on. A wasp's nest, you say? What a delicacy! Alright, so open the jobs directory. Oh, we never got our payment from... I thought we did get the payment from Dr. Shen Yang. You submit the job as finished and await a response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Good work out there, kid. Here's the money I promised you, Dr. Shen Yang. Well, awesome. Alright, that's some cash. I'll take that. Let's see. Let's take Isabel's job offer. We've been hanging on to that for a little while. I think it's maybe time to jump in that and help her take care of business, see what she's got going on there. Lexi, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? How's your weekend treating you? Hope everything's good. All right, so let's go over her plan. I will provide you and one other runner of your choice with visitor passes for the convention. I will proceed ahead of you using my own guest badge. I will hide in the women's lavatory on the first floor. You will enter via the kitchen and procure me a uniform from the catering staff. Please be sure that the uniform is size 4. We will rendezvous, I will change into the uniform, and using it, I will infiltrate the administrative wing on the 6th floor. You will proceed into the convention hall and await further instructions. Using the admin computer, I will identify Rhombus using his guest registration form. Once I have done this, I will alert you via comlink. I will upgrade your badge to VIP status, granting you access to the VIP wing of the hotel. You will tell Rhombus that he has been granted VIP status and offer to escort him to a complimentary hotel room. You will escort him to a room that I designate and hold him there. I will jack out of the Matrix and make my way from the admin wing to your room. We will intimidate Rhombus / beat the tar out of him until he gives us the software. We will tie and gag Rhombus and stuff him into a storage closet. We will not be gentle. It's okay if he starts crying. Actually, please prioritize this. I want to see tears. Software in tow, we will make our escape. Let's take the run. Let's do this thing. I love those instructions. They're so good. I hear Rhombus is a real square. We are definitely going to round off some of those edges, shall we say? Yeah, let's take the run. A pre-recorded footage of Isabel winks off the screen. A real-time feed of her Matrix avatar replaces it. Excellent. I knew I could count on you. Saddle up, Max. This is going to be fun. Alright. Let's do this thing, then. Head to DeckCon 2056 for Isabel's job. Let's go! Time to infiltrate a convention and beat the crap out of a nerd. Also, get some software and help out our friend Isabel. This is a win-win situation, however you look at it. Is this a milk run? Are we going to get shot at for the new version of OBS? She never said milk run. She said she had a plan. It's a very complicated plan, but I think we can do this one. There's a combat in this text adventure. Occasionally. We did get in a shootout with a vampire and her thralls yesterday. That was pretty intense. Alright. Transit to Kai Tak to board a chartered bus to DeckCon. Alright, so obviously we have to take Isabel. And I don't think Duncan's going to be of any use on this job. Because, you know, we're supposed to be stealthy. Let's take Ractor. I mean, at a DeckCon convention with a rigger, that makes at least some sense, at least. Maybe we can play that up. It seems a little bit more subtle than just bring in Duncan, Mr. Gunman. Oh, alright, some guy in a hat. I'm interested then. That sounds like the Boy Scout move. It's for the greater good. The greater good. Boy Scout moves. Alright, so we got me, we've got Isabel, we've got Ractor. That should be good. Yeah, let's go ahead with that. A chartered bus carries you from Kai Tak to a mid-range hotel in Swin Wan. All around you, the happy chatter of your fellow passengers fills your ears. You hear tech speak in a variety of languages and dialects, talk about new lines of drones and decks, arguments over innovations in data jack technology, and baseless speculation about the next season of Urban Brawl. Your guest badge, a glossy slip of laminated paper emblazoned with a flashy logo, hangs on a lanyard around your neck. Your ticket into the convention hall and the only disguise that you should need. The bus drops you off in front of the Harbor Spires Hotel, and you promptly circle around back to find a service entrance. Isabel should be waiting for you inside. Alright. So I've got my new armor, and we still have our tier 3 fire spell, if it comes down to that. So I think we should be good for right now. Hopefully we can do this without any combat, though. If everything goes to plan, it sounds like maybe. We got unspent karma. I will hang on to that. The service entrance to the Harbor Spires Hotel looks like any other. Scuffed walls coated in chipped paint, a floor of well-worn hardwood, a time card reader hanging from the wall at a slight tilt. Nothing about the dingy utilitarian confines of the room that you're in hints at the elegance and fine decor of the hotel beyond. I've always been fascinated by seeing how things worked. Even as a child, I took apart everything that I could in the name of study. And here we are at the innards of a fancy hotel, examining the viscera of the place, if you will. Your earpiece crackles to life. Isabel calling from the women's lavatory. Max! A burst of static fills your ear, obliterating Isabel's voice. A second later, she cuts back in. You in position? I'm here, yeah, but you're kind of breaking up, though. Yeah, I know. More white noise. Connection here is crap. The comms keep cutting out. Oh, this doesn't bode well. Are you going to be able to give us instructions over the comm? Yeah, hang on Static. I'm going to try and boost our signal strength. The sound cuts out entirely for a good 5 seconds. When Isabel's voice comes back, it's half again as loud as it was. There. Well, that's better. What a pain in the ass this is. There's way too much interference coming from the show floor. We aren't going to be able to rely on our comlinks for this. I'll find us a workaround. I hope we do it fast. This entire plan hinges on our ability to communicate. Like I said, I'll find a workaround. For now, let's concentrate on the task at hand. The catering staff should all be in the kitchen, hauling trays of steamed clams and aperitifs out to the convention hall floor. I'm going to need you to find a way to get me one of their uniforms, one that'll fit someone my size. Alright, find a dwarf-sized catering uniform. Check, I'm on it. Good. Oh, and Max? We aren't going loud yet, got it? Whatever you do, do not start shooting. We can't afford to send Rhombus running before we can get him cornered. Right, no shooting until we have Rhombus. Got it. Alright, you heard her. No shooting until we got the package. Let me get caught up here. Oh god, we do still have the mummy charm, technically. Tier 3 fire! Makes me think of Smash Brothers there. His poison pork attacks! Oh god! Sorry, the comm's cut off there. Shoot until we get the guy, right? Alright, so our current objectives are get a kitchen uniform, locate and trap Rhombus, and Isabel must be alive. I mean, once we get the guy, we can shoot our way out if necessary, but we gotta wait until we get him first. Oh god, alarm panel, what is this? This panel controls simple building maintenance and safety features. While the panel's admin level user interface has been locked away behind a biometric fingerprint reader, a skilled decker could easily bypass such a restriction. I'm not a skilled decker. View archived work manifest logs. Hwang, millions. The damn sprinklers went off again. The entire kitchen was flooded and Chief Bun quit. We're going to have to go with third-party caterers for the big event this weekend because we sure as hell can't steam a few thousand clams without any kitchen staff. That's fair. Low caliber? I'm terrible with computers in here. No going on a rampage like you usually do. I do end up going loud most time. It is very true. Send drone into vent. Ooh, hello. Ractor. This wall vent looks large enough to accommodate a standard security drone. Alright. Alright, let's see what our drone can find through the vents. End. I don't know why they're having me do this turn-based. That might just be the only way the engine can do it, unfortunately. End. Here we go. End. Hello. Uniform dwarf-sized. Hello. Well, there we go. Objective number 1 complete. Let's see, can we just turn off the drone now? I don't think we can, unfortunately. Alright, how do I leave turn-based mode now? I would like to not be in turn-based anymore. Oh, it looks like this will turn it off at least. That's a good thing. No, end just ends the turn, unfortunately. In and out quiet as a mouse, hell-bent on murder. That's basically how my runs go. The Harbor Spire's kitchens are a whirlwind of activity. Attractive 20-somethings in white catering uniforms dash in and out of the room, their arms laden with heaping trays of steaming shellfish. One man stands amidst the chaos, the eye of the storm. His white coat is at least half again whiter than all of his subordinates, and his collar is starched as stiff as a board. The floor manager notices you and his eyes narrow. He stalks towards you, practically frothing at the mouth. You can't help but notice the embroidered corporate logo on his lapel. Pastry, magic, and more, fine catering. The image is completed by a stylized rendering of what appears to be a frolicking kitten standing astride a pair of shooting stars. You! What are you doing in my kitchen? He glances at your chest, sees the visitor badge hanging from the lanyard that Isabel gave you, dangling around your neck. Convention goers are not allowed beyond the show floor. I'm sorry, I must have gotten turned around. Do you know where the Shiwase kiosk is? No, I don't know where your damn kiosk is. Go ask on the show floor. I'm just passing through. Just step aside and I'll be on my way. He gestures impatiently. Good, go! Get out of my hair and get back to the show floor where you belong. Oh, thank goodness. That could have gone bad. Alright, and I think we're on the show floor now. And that looks like the women's restroom right there. So, let's go give Isabel her uniform. The chat's really murderous today and every day. You could have gotten clams. I didn't want to push my luck. I'm trying real hard not to push my luck. Hey, Isabel. You enter the women's restroom to find Isabel waiting impatiently for her. Her guest badge dangles from its lanyard at a canted angle, and the clumped ropes of her hair look frazzled. At the sight of you, she steps forward. You're here, good. I was getting tired of hanging around in the ladies' room. You have the uniform? Here you go. She eyes the embroidery of the logo, nodding. Good. Good, this'll work. Alright, I'm going to change into this thing and hightail it to the employees-only door on the far side of the convention hall. They'll let me in even without the badge. They'll just figure that some rich guy wants a drink. So where's the VIP area? On the other side of the convention floor. I'll have to cross the show floor to do it, but that should be safe enough. Nobody pays attention to the catering staff for these things. So I'll make my way across, pass through the door, and take the elevator up to the admin wing on the 6th floor. All that you need to do is take your positions and wait for my instructions without raising an alarm. Pretty simple stuff, should be foolproof, assuming that you don't screw anything up. You have any questions? Have you figured out what you're going to do about that spotty comlink connection? Yes, there's a demo kiosk near the VIP entrance. It's running some new Matrix Avatar editing suite or something like that. Software is called Perfect Persona. When I get into the admin area, I'm going to patch myself into the Perfect Persona console, and we're going to communicate through that. Isn't a perfect solution, but it beats having to deal with a drop connection. Just be sure to grab the kiosk when you're in position. Don't let anyone else get to it. Oh, what am I supposed to do on the show floor again? Wait by the VIP area door. When I identify Rhombus, you'll apprehend him and tell him that he's the lucky winner of a complimentary VIP pass upgrade. You'll escort him through the VIP doors and to a room that I'll have empty and waiting. Then we'll all get the software from him together, beat him up, and stash him in a closet. What should I do in between when you leave and when you get in position? Walk the show floor, mingle, try to look like you belong there. Just try not to say or do anything that'll stand out in a bad way. You're supposed to be a hot new Decker in town. Try to act the part. Alright, no more questions. Let's hit it. I don't know nothing about decking. Oh, God. Alright, there she goes in uniform. Just watch her go? I can. Alright. I assume that's my cue then. No murder yet! You know, these things never quite go to plan. Alright, I'm gonna save game again. Alright, let's mingle. Let's mingle. See who we got around here. What could possibly go wrong? You said the magic words, Grushin. As you approach the corner of the convention floor, you find a brightly lit entrance. There are signs on the wall pointing towards it. SimSense Parlor/decking area. As you draw closer, a convention staffer in a bland uniform steps towards you. Sorry to say it, but we're a bit crammed right now. If you hang tight, you should be able to squeeze in soon. There's maybe a half-hour wait. What? I don't want to say either of these. What are you doing, Max? No murder? I thought this game was cool. I mean, there will be unintentional murder, I'm sure. Let's see. Please, places like this never run at full capacity. You're keeping a few VIP slots in the back, right? We're full up. I don't know how else to say it. You need to wait like everybody else. Stay cool, and we'll get you in as soon as possible. Alright, I'm going. Enjoy the show. Not making any trouble. Not making any trouble. Yeah, the footstep sounds are really nice. Just the whole audio experience in this area. Very cool. This terminal is running a demo of As Technology's new format-agnostic cyberdeck. I couldn't read the rest there. A rack of high-capacity stick memory devices, patent pending. Scratches your brain just right. I love it when sounds do that. It's so nice. A pot-bellied troll with 2 days' worth of mangy stubble smiles and turns to you. The chrome of his data jack shimmers wetly in the light, but his cyberdeck is conspicuously absent. Hey, what's going on? His badge hangs low on his lanyard. You catch a glimpse of his decking handle, Headspace. Strange to see someone at DeckCon without a cyberdeck. He snickers. I can say the same about you. Where's your deck, man? I left it in my hotel room. Bad place for you to do it. This entire show is a pissing contest, in case you didn't know. Walking around with a deck without a deck is like, well, use your imagination. So where is your deck? You didn't give us an answer. He taps his head with a smile. Right up here. I've got the next generation of decking technology. The cranial cyber deck. He continues without waiting for a response. It's the apex of modern decking technology. Miniaturized, compact, easy to sneak into the most sensitive of locations. I don't need to lug a great big external deck around with me anymore. It's a night and day difference between this and my old Fairlight Excalibur friend. Night and day. Where'd you get a cranial deck? The Chop Chop Shop in Kowloon City. They told me not to ask where it came from. He chuckles to himself. Lots of things fall off trucks out Kowloon way. I'm sure this was the same. So why get a deck installed in your head? Why wouldn't I? It's compact, it's versatile, it's fast and powerful. With this sweet baby, I can deck wherever I go, whenever I want, without having to lug something the size of an electronic keyboard around with me. It's the best of all worlds, I'm telling you. You gotta get one for yourself. Isabel's voice crackles in over your comlink. This guy is an idiot. Cranial cyberdecks are a terrible idea for more reasons than I can count. Deckers swap out their gear every couple of months. You want somebody monkeying around in your brain that often? I'll make it easier for you. You don't. The troll continues, blissfully unaware of Isabel's interruption. So have I sold you on a head deck of your own? Come on, you know that I have. Oh, God. So you're saying your deck is small? He is. And he's bragging about it, too. Yeah, they call it garage, and Isabel said the same thing, is having to swap it out every few months is a nightmare. Yeah, and if it overheats, that's going to be an unpleasant situation. Let's see. Wouldn't you have people poking around your head every time you need to upgrade? He blinks. Well, I guess, but that thing's going to be obsolete within 6 months. And you're going to, what, get more brain surgery? He crosses his arms, sets his jaw. It's no different from installing an encephalon, and everybody knows that. What do you know anyway? Nothing. Not a thing. Leave me alone. Well, we're not making any friends there. Now, don't get distracted, Isabel, for crying out loud. Judging by the patches sewn into his bomber jacket, this elf is from the NAN. Council Island, to be specific. A forested chunk of rock in the middle of Lake Washington that was called Mercer Island until the Native American nations reclaimed it. He doesn't look Amerindian, though. If anything, he looks Chinese in descent, though his mask makes it hard to tell for sure. He turns to face you as you approach. His features are mostly hidden, but you see that he's sporting a high steel collar and spiky hair. His cheeks are high-boned and hollow. He eyes you nervously. Hey, you want something from me? What's up? I just wanted to get to know my fellow congoers. You from Council Island? Yeah, what gave me away? He makes a point of showing off his jacket. The tribal insignias look strangely out of place here on the DeckCon floor. You from Seattle? Originally. I've lived all over, though. No dreck. Well, it's good to meet you, chummer. The Seattle Shadow slang sounds incredibly awkward when delivered in Cantonese, but he doesn't seem to notice. Council territory is NAN. Council Island is NAN territory, and you don't look Amerindian. What's your deal? I'm not Amerindian. I do live on Council Island, though. My dad's a diplomat from Tirnanog. We live on the island. Actually, they treat us like kings there. Really? Yeah, the Salas Shin Council enjoys good relations with my country and Tirnanar. Magical pride and all that. We share a connection with the land and all that bullshit. And me and my family can get away with pretty much anything. He gives you a conspiratorial wink. It's a pretty great life. Alright, is there anything specific you're here to see? Yeah, I'm here to check out the 57 Fuji Cyberdecks. My 55 Cyber 7 is barely cutting it these days. I want to see what they're coming out with next year, and I've heard they have a demo station. So, tell me, what's your favorite new ESP for incursion operations? I like Blast-A-Hammer personally. Heard of it? It's open source, developed by the Southeast Asian decking community. It does a number on Blocker IC. Blast-Hammer? I've never heard of it. He snickers to himself. Really? It's only, the most popular freeware attack ASP in Southeast Asia. He's practically shouting. His face is lit up with maniacal glee. Learn something new every day, I guess. Yeah, you said it. You better get with the program if you want to survive out here. He leers at you, his expression all smugness and superiority. I mean, I'm just saying. I gotta go, I'm sorry. Yeah, see ya. Isabel, are you done yet? I want to go home. Your comment crackles to life on the ear-splitting hiss. Isabel. Oh, that's convenient. She heard me. Yeah, Isabel, I can stop whenever I want. Can we buy naan with our naan? Oh, naan sounds good right now. I could go for some of that. Isabel, the nerds are bullying me. I want to go home. Hey, Punisher, how goes it? How are you doing today? Okay, I've jacked into the admin compute. Static. Imitative, but I can work with it. Are you in position yet? No, not yet. Get to the waiting position near the VIP. Your ears fill with a shrill electronic whine. Use the kiosk. Remember, perfect persona. Use the perfect persona kiosk and talk to you. Copy that. When you're getting there, I'll start working on getting you VIP access and locating The line goes dead. Got it. I'll signal you when ready. There's no response. Whether Isabel can hear you or not remains a mystery. If there's any more exploring you'd like to do out here on the show floor, you'd best do it now before we use the kiosk. I doubt we'll get the opportunity to afterwards. I've seen all I need to see here. Let's get to the kiosk and get this job over with. Yeah, I'd rather not do any risks of getting in any more trouble here. There's the perfect persona console, though. The perfect persona kiosk flickers to life at your approach. A debug menu pops up on the screen, along with a text prompt in all caps. Max, enter the following key code into this kiosk. Oh, that's a long... That's like a Windows activation key. That's hilarious. Oh, nice! Congratulations, Punisher. Hope you're enjoying it. Trinetta, welcome in, and thank you so much for that. How are you doing today, Trinetta? How's the weekend treating you? Alright, let's punch in the key code. You tap the code on the kiosk keyboard. A moment later, a series of 5 loud popping sounds rattles off in your comlink's earpiece. Isabel's voice fills your ear, crisper and cleaner than it ever was before. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Max? Yeah, I hear you. What was that? Command line code for the kiosk to connect with your comlink via direct link. A hint of smugness creeps into her voice. This way, we can bypass using the comm signal entirely. Excuse me. Oh, congratulations, Trinetta. That is fantastic. I hope it goes well for you. Getting started is a big deal all by itself, though. And do you have a concentration you're looking at so far? Or like a field you're looking to get into? Clever. I know. As long as you remain within a couple feet of the kiosk, we shouldn't have any problems. Wander too far outside that range and you're going to get static again. You got it. Alright, now that we've linked up, give me a second and I'll locate Rhombus. You hear the sound of rattling keystrokes, coupled with Isabel muttering under her breath. The line falls silent. The silence stretches. 10 seconds. 20. Then you hear Isabel explode. What the hell? He already has one? How the fuck does Rhombus merit a VIP pass when I don't? Wait, he's already in the VIP area? She rails into her earpiece, fuming. I'm twice the Decker that he is, and everybody knows it. What makes him a VIP when I'm not? But calm down, Isabel. At least we know where he is. She takes a moment to calm herself. You can almost feel the heat of her anger radiating through her earpiece. Alright, I know which room he's staying in now. Out of their strained silence. I'll just need a few minutes to get your VIP upgrade. The line goes dead. Well, my friend, what to do now? Shall we? A series of clicks erupts in your ear, cutting Rachner's sentence short. Your PDA begins blinking. You're receiving a video chat request. Hello? Isabel blossoms onto the screen along with a pair of towering security guards. The line that connected her to the admin terminal hangs loose from its socket. I'm gonna ask you again. What the hell are you doing in here? Take your time and make sure that you're telling me the truth. I'll know if you don't. Isabel stammers helplessly. Well, I was just looking for the person who ordered this coffee. What, you were looking for him in the Matrix? And besides, you don't have any coffee. Let's try again. She continues to sputter. Her eyes dart towards the screen, fixing on you. You can see the desperation in her face. Well, I need to, oh shit. We gotta help her talk her way out of this, or we are in a lot of trouble here. Deck envy intensifies. It's not like I care, but they should have invited me. Yeah, inevitably the pan has gone off the rails. It never fails. Drama. Oh, jeez. I like how he actually referenced Cyrano. I was going to mention that too. Alright, Isabel, listen up. Say what I say, and you'll be fine. Say okay if you understand. Okay. Last chance. Start talking sense, or spend the night with the HKPF. Okay. Okay, let's be careful here. Oh, jeez, Oh. Alright, we're not gonna do this last one. Because they probably know who works in the room, and that seems like a bad one. Coworker sent me in here as a prank. The only problem with that one is I don't know what she had to do to get into this room. And if it was locked down, that could be a bad thing. Rooks. I don't think the first one's a good one, because that doesn't actually get us anywhere. Yeah, my coworker sent me in here as a prank. I feel like such a fool. My coworker sent me in here as a prank. The words sound rehearsed, but they're tinged with enough genuine panic to be plausible. I feel dumb. The guard glances at his counterpart. We don't have time for this. Just kick her out and be done with it. The guard in front of Isabel straightens. Yeah, you're probably right. She looks down at Isabel, hands on her hips. I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time, but only this once. If I catch you anywhere near this room again, I'm turning you over to the police. Got it? But oh my god. You're getting out of this easy, Isabel. Just go along with it. She clenches her jaw, looks up at the guard. Yes, sir. Good call. The line goes quiet as she moves out of the server room. Oh, that would have been messy otherwise. Such a kidder. Such a prank. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Oh, Jesus. All right, leave. Leave immediately. Oh, God. What a damn nightmare this is turning out to be. I'm sorry, Max. I couldn't get your VIP access. Oh, you got Ramos' room number, though, right? Yeah, I got it. I can take you right there. There's only one problem. Without VIP access, you can't open the door without sounding an alarm. The picture on your PEA flickers worryingly. A moment later, Isabel's image returns to the screen. And let you in from this side. That's what I'm going to do now. I'll make my way down to you and open the door. I lost a bit of that. Are you going to have communication problems again? Maybe, a bit. I'm still using the kiosk to talk to you, but now that I'm not jacked in, I can't route messages to it directly anymore. Please, stay put. If you lose the kiosk, we're going to have serious communication issues. Got it? Oh, and I may need your help if I run into more people up here, Max. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm not exactly a social butterfly. And if things go loud, I'll really need your help. I got your back. Let's do this. Although the sooner we can get back together, the better. Alright, where the hell are we going from here? This way. Ah, yes, down here. Alright, let's pop this door open. Isabel's outline goes fuzzy the moment she sets foot in the elevator. A loud, rhythmic whooshing sound dominates the low end of your PDA speakers. Sounds a bit like the rotors of a helicopter. Heads up, Isabel, we're getting a lot of interference here. An elf in his mid-20s steps aside to let Isabel at the floor selector panel. He looks wired, jittery, stimmed to the gills most likely. There's no telling how long it's been since he's gotten a wink of sleep. Isabel punches the button for the ground floor. Working the show, huh? That has to be hard. The elf smiles down at Isabel, his expression affable. I'd feel tempted to blow off work and go check out the kiosks. Maybe take in a panel or two. Ah, jeez, this one's tough too. This plan was laid out too completely to not get to tits up immediately. It's the Shadowrun way, it really is. The more perfect the plan, the more horribly bad it's gonna go. Oh, let's see. How do we want to play this is the question. Let's see. Let's try and keep things quiet. Let's try not to, Let's try and just keep things, civil. This Decker stuff isn't really my cup of tea. I'm just here to work. Let's see. She starts in, repeating her words with forced sincerity. This Decker stuff isn't really my... She falls silent. You can see her staring at the man's VIP badge. Isabel? What's wrong? Her eyes remain locked on the man's badge. Kane Ding, huh? That's an interesting street name. Been decking under it long? Couple of years now, he smiles. Longer than anybody else to use the handle. I don't know what you're doing, but be careful. If she heard you, she doesn't acknowledge it. I know who you are. You're the one who shut down the Kowloon City power grid 6 months ago. He clears his throat. Yeah, that was me. Let's just keep that between ourselves, though, alright? That little stunt screwed over a lot of local deckers. Her voice is soft, but you can detect a definite undertone of hostility. A couple of them soaked up nasty hits of dump shock because of it. You wrecked the grid where they were jacked into their home machines. My team was in a bind. They needed a power outage right then and there, or they were cooked. So I gave them one. It was the best solution to a bad situation. Let's leave it at that. An icy silence descends on the elevator car. A few seconds later, Isabel pierces it. There was this Decker. She lived out in Hawaii, called herself Spinster. She was a good person. Now she's in the ground. She never came back out of the coma that your stunt put her into. Another long pause. Slowly, Ding extends his hand towards the emergency brake. Fuck! Isabel! Oh, God! Oh, God! Snap out of it is! We aren't here for this guy, and we can't afford to start shooting yet! She balls her hands into fists. You can read the tension in her body language. She's biting her tongue. At least, that's what I heard. I'm just a caterer. I'm not a Decker myself. He stares down at Isabel. The smile has vanished from his face. Yeah, sure you're not. You've come to get me, haven't you? Take revenge for your friend. Did her people put a contract on me? Is that it? Oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh God, this is bad. This is very bad. Oh, how do I want to do this? Never put rookies in the field. She wasn't made for this. Also, never do a job when it's personal. This always happens. Say I'm not a Decker, honest. I'm just a caterer who spends way too much time lurking on the Shadowland BBS. I'm not a Decker. I'm just a caterer who spends way too much time... Abruptly, the connection cuts to static. Oh, please, Isabel, don't be doing anything stupid right now. The static pops and hisses for 10 seconds. 20. Finally, the picture warbles back into view. Kind Ding is in mid-sentence, practically frothing with rage. I did what I had to do. If you were in my position, you'd have done the same thing if you have gotten them killed. He's shouting. The sound of it reverberates in the cramped confines of the elevator car. There was no third way out of that scenario. Isabel starts to respond. The anger is clear in her tone. I would not have. Isabel, stop! Listen to me! She stops short. What? You're crazy, an insane person, and when I get out of this elevator, I'm going to the hotel security office. Oh, God. All of these options are insane. Oh, God. Oh, God, I don't like any of these options. Oh, I don't like any of these options. Okay. Intimidation and definite murder? I'm honestly considering it. They mentioned that he's wired to the gills. So telling him to cool down, probably not going to work. Apologizing to him might work, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Telling him we're with the Yellow Lotus, he does sound paranoid, so he might buy that. Oh, he might buy that or he might start shooting. I'm not sure. Now, does telling anyone to calm down ever have that intended effect? I mean, we did tell Isabel to calm down a minute ago and that helped. But that's in the middle of a situation where death is a possibility, so that usually tends to help. Professional situations, it sometimes helps. Personal situations, no, don't do that. Oh, jeez. I don't know, this one's tough. This one is tough. You can't tell you're paranoid because you don't have the skill. That's true. That's true. Oh, I really don't want to go loud yet. I don't think Isabel can apologize and sound like she means it. Oh, God, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna save. We can't save. That's fine. Oh, God. Probably should have told him to walk away and past options, possibly. I don't know, this is tense. It's gonna be one of these two options. Either we try to apologize to him very strenuously, or we tell him we're with the Yellow Lotus and hope to scare the shit out of him. Oh, God. I'm gonna try telling him we're with the Yellow Lotus. Oh, God, I don't want to go loud right now. I really don't. Oh, I don't. That's so risky. That is so risky. Went straight from chit-chat to emotional damage. Yeah, if she gets out of this alive, we're going to have talks. I'm going to tell her to apologize. I'm just so worried that if we try to threaten him, that'll push him over the edge. Isabel, apologize to him and sound like you mean it. That is the only way we're getting out of this now. You hear the dull, grating sound of grinding teeth. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just get upset sometimes. You're damn right I'm offended. You came at me like a crazy person. Static. The comms have cut out again. Oh, this is getting old. As quickly as it went out, the picture flickers back to your PDA screen. Kind Ding looks calmer now. The elevator is descending. Remember what we discussed. You keep her cool, and this turns out well for the both of us. We live and let live. Understand? Yes, I didn't want any trouble for you in the first place. I'm just glad this is all a misunderstanding. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'll be happy if this is the last I ever see of you. Feelings mutual. The car finally slides to a halt and the elevator doors slide open. The other decker doesn't get off. Enjoy the rest of the show. Now get a move on, Isabel! Fuck! That is exposure we absolutely don't need. It's fine. We're gonna keep moving. Oh, jeez. New party member detected. That worked? Maybe. We still don't know if he's gonna go to security. He could. He might still go to security, which is why we need to move. We need to move fast now. We basically gotta assume we're blown at this point and just speed things up. The hallway ahead is blocked by a trio of struggling bodies. A blackout drunk troll hangs slung between a pair of cursing security guards, one male and one female. As you watch, they struggle valiantly to drag her down the hallway. The troll's voice comes out in an inebriated roar. Unhand me, you fools! The older of the two guards, a middle-aged man with a pompadour haircut, struggles with all his might to keep the prisoner's flailing arm constrained. Don't let her go, Hu Yi! She has the strength of 10 men! Yes, sir. You recognize her as the guard who is standing by the employee entrance on the show floor. How she got roped into troll hauling duty is anybody's guess. Let's see. The security captain locks eyes with Isabel. He barks out an order. Clear the hall! Great, another roadblock. No! Isabel's small voice chirps out, echoing your words. Great, another roadblock. Shit, fuck! With an exaggerated motion, the troll swings her head towards Isabel. Yo, dwarf girl, help me! She hiccups mightily. The sound reverberates in her ears. These trickheads want me to leave because I'm a troll. What's happening here? None of your business. You're not even hotel staff. You shouldn't be back here at all. He hugs the troll's left arm to his chest with all of his strength, desperately trying to weigh her down. She lifts her feet a few inches off the floor, then slams him back down. He lets out an audible whimper. Now clear the way and report to your manager. Quit fighting me, damn it, before I talk to him for you. The former door guard stares at Isabel. Recognition dawns on her face. Hey, I remember you. You said you had to meet some caterers up on 6. What are you doing down here? Oh, God. Let's see. Say, I was just checking to see if anybody here wanted a drink. Just checking to see if anybody here needed a drink. You want a mojito? The man strains against the troll's drunken efforts. His brow is beaded with sweat. You shouldn't hold still. Be here. Not even offer drinks. The troll looks down at Isabel and issues a mush-mouthed plea. Ignore these pigs and help me. I'll take the run to the left, you take the right. The troll bucks against the guard's grasp, nearly breaking away from him. They double down on their attempts to hold her. Isabel stares into a PDA. She looks irritated. To hell with this. This is a waste of time. I got a schedule to keep. Her hand moves towards her weapon. What do you mean? What schedule? Oh, jeez. Say, my work schedule. After I'm done here, I need to pull a double shift at Uncle Say's House of Pork. Mine. I work 2 jobs, damn you. Trying to put food on the table to feed my kids. Her yells grow to an impressive volume, reverberating in her ears. I'm not just a caterer. I work at Uncle Say's House of Pork. There is a moment of stunned silence. Finally, the troll shatters it. You work at Uncle Say's? That place is a vomit factory. Isabel's voice grows deadly serious. I know. The guard looks at her boss. The security captain strains courageously against his captive's flailing arm, oblivious to everything but his own struggle. Look, just hurry back to the kitchen and get out of her hair. She steps aside to let Isabel pass. Oh, God. Good job, Isabel. There's a brief pause, then she mutters a response under her breath. The mic barely picks it up. This is exhausting. No more improvisation for me. I'm done with this. From now on, I'm your parent. Just tell me what to say, and I'll say exactly that. Oh, God. If that's how you want to play it. Jesus, just get to the convention floor, for God's sakes. Oh, this is insane. You're not my supervisor! Oh, perfect chance to steal a necklace. Oh, God. Upon reaching the door, you feel a pair of eyes on you. Turning, you find their owner, a frazzled-looking dwarf in a wine-stained catering uniform. Her crooked name tag is emblazoned with letters in bold print, Larissa. Hey, couldn't help but overhear you back there. You need a uniform? Maybe you're offering one? Yeah, but it's not free. You do me a favor, and this uniform, she tugs at the wet fabric, is yours. Tell me what you want me to do. There's a guy on the show floor, an elf, one of those deckers. Most of them are cool, but this one's been a prick to me the entire show. First he tried to chat me up when I was out serving drinks and he wouldn't take no for an answer. Creepy. Then, when he finally got the hint, he started trying to trip me. I managed to keep my footing the first 3 or 4 times, but he finally got me. Put his foot into the back of my knee and pushed. I hit the floor and I took an entire tray of 5 New Yen wine with me. Now I'm drenched, this wine is coming out of my paycheck, and he's out on the floor laughing about it. Why come to me? Why not get hotel security involved? I already tried that. He has some little friends that vouched for him. They all seem to think it was a hilarious joke. And the security camera feed was mysteriously corrupted, so I don't have any proof of what happened. Look, I don't know if this guy's a racist or if he has emotional problems or what. Maybe he just hates me because I'm a girl. But if you knock him on his ass out there, this uniform is yours. Oh, I don't want to start trouble. What the hell? Oh, why did I agree to this? I think I can handle it. Stand in the doorway, kick back, and enjoy the show. I intend to. Objective added. Find the con goer and punch him in the face. Oh, dear God. What are we doing? And why is he over there? How am I supposed to get over there? Oh, there's Isabel. All right. Is she going to meet back up with us? Hopefully. I think so. And then Isabel joined back up with the group. And then Isabel joined back up with the... Oh, God. No, I guess Isabel's still got to do her thing first. Do they have void juice at this convention? If it's a good convention, they do. All right. Oh, what now? An impressive-looking man in a starched white coat blocks the hallway. He turns, and you recognize the familiar pastry, magic, and more insignia on his lapel. Oh, no. He fixes his gaze on Isabel, and the expression on his face is anything but happy. What are you doing back here? We went over this in the staff meeting this morning. I'm the only one who's covering this area. The VIPs are to be handled by managers only. You should be on the convention room hall floor. Oh, God. I'm sorry, they sent me back here, but I think it was a prank. I know, sorry, they sent me back here, but I think it was a prank. Looks like she was telling the truth after her encounter with the guards. She's repeating everything you say verbatim. And you fell for that? You had specific instructions to stay on the show floor. Oh, God. I must have missed the meeting. I didn't get those instructions. And you think that's an excuse? I don't even recognize... You become dimly aware of a figure looming behind you in the convention hall. You didn't read the instructions? You must be joking, man. You've been in that kiosk for 20 minutes now. Wait, excuse me? What? He leans in, gets in your face. You can taste the onions on his breath. I said that it's time to get off the damn demo kiosk. You've been hogging it for way too long, and there's a line here. Just give me 5 more minutes and it's all yours. Just give me 5 more minutes and it's all yours. Oh, fuck! Isabel! Ah! What's all mine? What are you talking about? You aren't even one of the employees, are you? Do I need to get security? I said that's enough. I've been following the devs of the software for months now, and I traveled 17 hours to try it out myself. You do not get to tell me that I flew here for nothing. Get the hell off that kiosk or I'm calling security. Oh, God. Oh, alright, so we need to balance things very carefully. No, let's not go loud. I don't want to go loud. I wish I could remember exactly what the guy said, though. Let's try the first one. Calm down and let's talk about this. This doesn't have to get violent. Violent? He rears back, red-faced. Violent? You're threatening me? Calm down and let's talk about this. This doesn't have to get violent. Violent? You think I'm threatening to hurt you? He recoils, clearly offended. I never said that I would do anything like that. Don't blow things out of proportion. Oh, jeez. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. No, I understand what's going on here completely. You don't think the rules apply to you. I hate people like you. I think that maybe I ought to get security in here and have them teach you a lesson about sharing. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. Misunderstanding? I don't think so. There's no way you're one of my employees. You must have stolen that uniform. He slaps a button on the PDA that he wears on his wrist. There, the guards are on their way, you little maniac. Enjoy talking to them about this. There's a moment of deathly silence. Then Isabel's voice, calm and steady, sounds in your ear. Max, I'm gonna need some backup. She reaches for her silver gun. Kick down the VIP door and hightail it my way. If you wouldn't mind, things are about to get messy. Yeah, I'm on it. The decker in front of you must see something in your expression he doesn't like. Slowly, he starts to back away. Well, this promises to be interesting. Koshé rears back on its hind legs in attack posture. Racker smiles back at you. Come, my friend, let's make some noise. Objective added, fight off security. Fuck! Isabel, we're coming! Oh, God, break VIP door. I don't know if we can, but I'm gonna try. The door appears to be made of hollow core pine, a rarity in modern-day Hong Kong. Wouldn't take much effort to break it off its hinges. An alarm system has been linked to the doorway, but the building alarms are already blaring. Kicking the door down now won't make much of a difference. Break it down! Alright, we're in. So I'm going to take a position right here. Let's see, Isabel, oh God, find some cover. Find some cover, oh God, there's no cover. Oh no, right here. So Isabel, you post up right here. And pull out your gun. And take a quick pot shot. Nice, he's bleeding. Alright, Ractor. You are going to set up right here. Let's say like right here, maybe. And then drone turn on. Alright. He does not have much in the way of cover, I don't think. That's not great. Let's have him set up right here, see who we can see. Neither of them, damn it. He doesn't really have anywhere he can go for right now. Let's have him hold the door, sure. Oh, he missed both shots anyway. That works out well. Alright, let's see. Let's start with some spells. That's a one-shot kill. It's a thing of beauty. Alright, Koshe, can you see this guy? You can. Beautiful. Can you shotgun this man? Yes, you can. Alright, security's down. Objective added. Go to Rhombus' suite. Let's go, let's go, let's go! It's murder o'clock, it is. It is. Violence has happened. Poll and game agree. I didn't even see the poll, I'm sorry. Poll was unanimous for loud? Well, I didn't have a choice. I was trying to go quiet. It went badly. Quiet is not happening. Sounds like someone's getting a pay cut when they got home, or at very least, there's going to be a lot of yelling. Rex says, I've come to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Please tell me you have a good supply of bubblegum. Who's a good drone? Koshe is a good drone. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, God. All right, all right, all right, all right. Get into this guy's room. Hopefully before anybody else shows up. And I'm all out of ass. I love that. All right, go to Rhombus' suite. Oh, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. Getting out could be an ordeal. I don't like this. Oh, hey, Rhombus. As you bust through the door, you find yourself standing face to face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all descriptions trace their way from his temples down his cheeks and neck to his shoulders. His eyes continue the motif. Each of his irises is a slanted rectangle. Rhombus looks at Isabel and sighs. If he's surprised to see her, he doesn't show it. You finally want him back, huh? Memories that we locked away. I always knew you would one day. You got so hostile after the procedure, I didn't think you'd come around this soon. Isabel glowers at him, her cheeks darkening. Oh, get bent, Rhombus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me. Like hell I did. I tried to give you some advice as a friend. If memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and slagged my deck. Was I supposed to just take that without punching back? Oh, hang on a second. Isabel cuts in, her normally small voice growing raucous. I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you were being. You wouldn't have taken that tone if I were a guy or an orc or a troll. You talked down to me like I was your little sister or something. Well, guess what? I'm not. Whoa, hold up. I talked to you that way because... She shouts over him, cutting him short. Also, punch back? That's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all of my posts on Shadowland. What kind of prick would do a thing like that? His face goes beet red and his chest puffs out. The kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster. Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't have anything to do with this. She rears back in indignation. That wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I were going to have someone killed, it would have been you. Both of you, shut up! There's a moment of stunned silence. Then Rhombus licks his lips and speaks. Let me ask you something. How many people did you kill to get to me? I mean, what kind of death toll are we looking at here? I'm assuming that the gunshots in the hall where you're doing. Ugh. So we killed those guards for this? Apparently? Remember that yelling session I said? It's going to be considerably louder and longer, and I'm not sure when it's going to end. Look, that wasn't my choice. It was just how things went down. Earth, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, sure. His eyes dart from side to side, then he starts screaming, "Help! Security! Somebody! Help!" They can't hear you, Rom. You know why? Because we killed them. Now give me my goddamn key. Ramos doesn't respond other than increase the pitch of his screaming. He looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating. She glances back at you. To hell with this. Let's hit him like a piñata until software comes out. Sound like a plan? I'd prefer to take a lighter touch. This guy's terrified. Just look at him. He nods vigorously, wide eyes. I'll give her what she wants. I'll give her everything. Good. Now put your money where your mouth is and give us the software. He keys in a series of rapid commands on his PDA, then turns to Isabel, sobbing. There, just check your inbox. You have it. Now for the sake of whatever friendship we might have had, please, let me go. Isabel examines her PDA, frowning. A few seconds later, her frown turns into a smile. She nods at you. He wasn't lying. I've got the encryption key. Let's stuff him in the closet and go home. Encryption key? I thought you said you had software that you needed. Technically I have it. She taps her temple. Up here in headwear storage. But I can't access it without the key. Thanks to Rhombus here, now I have it. Isabel? What was this really about? Recovering my old memories. The ones about the walled city. I still have them, but I can't get at them. Rhombus did that after I moved here. At your request, you little psycho! You begged me to do it! That's actually true. We were friends then. She looks down at Rhombus, who lies whimpering on the floor. Now, we're not. That's why you're getting stuffed in the closet. You set up upon the grim task of shoving a protesting Rhombus into his own room closet and latching the door. You managed to get him inside without having to break any bones. He'll probably have bruises tomorrow, though. Come on, Max. We got what we came for. Let's go home. Suddenly, an explosion of sound fills your ears. Heavy footfalls advancing down the hall. You hear shouting, the crackle of radios. The HKPF. Oh, that son of a bitch! Rom must have called the cops. Probably got a panic button or something. She casts a hateful glare at the closet door, then draws her silver gun. Get ready, Max. We got company. Shit! Oh! And we got cops now. She didn't kill a kitty. She said she would never do that, and I trust her. Love seeing you on a Saturday morning. Thank you, Earth. Glad to have you here with us. Oh, God. We made him cry. That was part of the mission parameters. All right. We don't have a lot of great positions here. See, I'm going to post up here. That'll let us see what's going on. We've got a conjurer, an enforcer, a captain, and a guard. Oh, God. All right. That's not great. We got to get to that elevator. Let's see. Isabel. Where can she get to? She can get all the way up there if she wanted to. I'm going to keep her back here, though. And then Ractor. Let's go ahead and turn Koshe on. And while he's here, let's go ahead and hit him with manual focusing. Oh, it's only for one round, though. And... oh, God, Koshe can't even get anywhere interesting in the room. Shit. Alright, Koshe, you're gonna post up here. And I'll have you advance in next time. Yeah, no use doing anything else. Let's just end the turn. Actually, no, I'll have Koshe on Overwatch, I guess. Oh, blocked. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh, thank God that missed. Oh my god, this is real bad. Alright, yeah, Rom called the cops. Not all the convention goers and security personnel cowering on the floor in puddles of blood. Hey, we only took out two security officers. That's it. Artistic showpiece. Oh, alright, how do we want to do this? I really want to see if I can take out that conjurer. Oh man, he's got a lot of health. That's not good. Alright, let's do acid stream next then. Alright, he's not long for this world, but still, I'd like to see if we can shorten that any. Isabel, God, even with an aimed shot, she can't hit anything down there. She's gonna have to try though, I think. She's certainly not hitting with her grenade launcher at this range. Miss. Miss, that's fair. Alright, Koshe. I'm gonna post him up here, but that's all I can do this turn, unfortunately. Actually, no, hang on. We can give him 1 extra AP, can't we? Oh, line of sight blocked. We gotta move him first. Shoot, alright. See if you can see him here. I really don't want to get him involved in this fight. Blocked, nice. Missed. -1 AP, damn it, flashbanged. You missed! Oh good, the spirit's gone rogue too, that's hilarious. Well, that's fun. Alright, I'm feeling a little bit better about our odds. How about you, chat? I'm feeling a little bit better. Things were getting a little hairy, but now I think we're going to make it out of this. I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Nice! Alright, Conjurer's down, but because the spirit's gone rogue, he's unfortunately still going to be hanging around. Let's see, Koshe cannot see that enforcer back there, I don't... No, he can! Alright. Koshe... Go ahead and shotgun this guy. Beautiful. Wow, she's got like no chance to hit. Still, we must try. And then Raptor, can you overclock? Ah, still no line of sight, shit. Yeah, if I move him any closer, he's gonna be in the line of fire. Yeah, the animations are amazing, I love this. And now they're having to fight their own guy. Oh damn it, -1 AP. Alright, good. The spirit is down. That's good. I like that. I don't have a great chance to hit these guys, so let's up my aim a little bit. There we go, that'll affect Koshe as well, so that's awesome. And then let's throw a fireball here. Nice, 21 damage. I can deal with that. Koshe. Let's see, aim shot. That'll do. And then... yeah, that's shotgun. Missed. Unfortunate, but expected. I'll probably have to advance, honestly. I hit on 26% chance. And another one! Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm feeling good. Blocked. Or he wants to move up to no cover whatsoever. Sure, if you don't mind. That sounds good to me. Hit on 26 to say that XCOM. We've missed on 95 though, so it balances out. Alright, Koshe, if you want to shotgun this incredible moron. Yeah, he's down. And then, see if you can hit this guy. 17 damage, I love it. Can I fireball him from back here? I can! Didn't kill him, though. So go ahead and acid stream. Okay! Okay, we need to leave. Although, actually, before we go too much farther, let's save! I don't know what's gonna wait for us down below. I'm a little nervous now. Gotta wait for those 1 in a million chances? According to Discworld logic anyway. I have to blow my nose though. I will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Alright, sorry about that. I wouldn't call that a super hard battle, but I will definitely say everything that could go right for me in that battle did go right. So I'll take that. You're about to leave this location, return to Hawaii. Yes, please. Jesus. What a mess. The bus trip back to Kai Tak is quieter than the ride in was. Your fellow passengers sit crumpled in their seats, barely moving, barely speaking. Their DeckCon 2056 t-shirts hang loose on their frames, and their once cherished guest badges have been crumpled into their pockets. You've seen more lively groups on the way to the morgue. Isabel looks up at you, her eyes full of the same post-con fatigue that you see in everyone else's eyes. She gives you a small smile and taps her temple with a fingernail. You've got what you came for. The show is over. It's time to go home. I mean, I don't think we actually get any money for it, but we did get what we came for, and that's something. That is something. Whew. All right. We have a ton of karma now, too. I'm going to spend a little bit of that. So you already have intelligence 4, don't we? We do already have intelligence 4. All right. Let's see, I think I want to get another willpower at some point. I gotta double check the spells before I spend anything. Let's hold off on this. We have a lot of points though, so we can buy some nice stuff. GG on minimal murder. I think overall that went pretty okay. It could have been a lot worse, that's definitely sure. And it looks like we got another level out of it for my teammates. So let's see what we got here. So on Gobbet, we have a choice of Territoriality. Gobbet's Poison Fog is upgraded to Acidic Fog, doing AP damage to those affected as well as HP damage. Holy shit, that's good. Or Spiritualist. Gobbet deepens her bond with Rat, increasing her spirit summoning skill and spirit control specialization. Hell no, let's get Poison. Let's get Acidic Fog. Sounds incredible. I like that a lot, now that we use her a bunch. So according to the text, this is the average con experience. Con crash is definitely real. Can confirm that. I've been to many. Alright, for Raptor, we have a choice between Predator. Raptor's Toolkit's Overclock ability now gives the targeted drone +2 AP and +2 movement. Shit, that's good. Or the cooldown on Raptor's Toolkit's Repair ability is reduced from 5 rounds down to 3 rounds. Ooh. Repair does sound nice. But plus 2 AP is incredibly powerful. Holy shit. Let's go with that. Let's see. Gaichu has a choice between Red Samurai. Gaichu gains a katana ability plus 100 damage, but can only attack stunned targets. Or Ghoul. Gaichu takes a bite out of his foe, restoring 8 HP over 2 rounds and gaining 1 strength. Plus 2 HP damage, plus 1 AP damage. I don't know if we have the ability to stun anybody is the thing. Like, I don't know how we'd stun somebody is the problem. So I think Ghoul's probably what we want to do. Gaichu Tyson! Basically, he hungry. So yeah, the coup de grace sounds incredible if we could stun people consistently, but that's not a thing we do. Let's go ahead and take Ghoul. Duncan has Lethal Force. Duncan's standard equipment now includes a lethal shrapnel-filled grenade. Base damage 12, ongoing 4 damage for 3 rounds. Strips 1 armor. That sounds incredible. Or Crowd Control. Duncan's standard equipment now includes a new flashbang that has a larger AoE, increased by 1 tile in all directions. I don't know. Nail Grenade sounds pretty awesome to me. Hey, Larry B, welcome in. I played the tabletop game of this. My main weapon in this character I played was a microfiber whip. Oh, that sounds badass. Yeah, that's actually why the currency in the channel is called Nuyen, is because I know the tabletop game from way back when. It's good stuff. Well, welcome in, Larry. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. All right, so let's grab that. I'm just considering, though, I'm waffling now. So, the flashbang is a minus AP to enemies, so it basically stuns the enemies for a turn or so. And that is very powerful. Like, honestly, we do have a lot of damage right now. Maybe having a little bit more AP is nice. This is the third of them. This is by a company called Harebrained Schemes. They made a trilogy of these games. Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall, and Shadowrun Hong Kong. So this is the third and final of them. And yeah, they're fantastic. I very highly recommend them if you like tactical turn-based RPGs, which is how it plays out. It's good stuff. It really is. Yeah, no, I talked myself into it. Let's get Crowd Control. I think that would complement the damage we're already doing here. Alright, Isabel, what has she got here? We've got Sabotage. Isabel's mini launcher is now packed with napalm charges, igniting damaged targets. Targets on fire will take an additional 6 HP damage. Or Espionage. Isabel gains the Dual Routine Boost program, which increases Persona's speed when sneaking in the Matrix by 40%. Oh, fuck! Oh, we need that real bad, because she's our only decker, and being able to move faster sounds fucking incredible. So yeah, we absolutely need that. She's our main decker. Do characters permeate through them? No. Completely different settings, completely different characters, so realistically you can play them in any order if you want. The second one, Dragonfall, is generally considered to be the best, so if you want to start there, I wouldn't blame you in the slightest. I thought it was incredible. The final of them, unfortunately, but Harebrained is making a new game in the same gameplay style. So let's give her Espionage. And that's everybody. Let's confirm all. Alright. Very nice, very nice. So I'm glad, hey, you like this better than Dragonfall. Alright. Obviously, I can't judge until I finished it, but I am liking it so far. Excuse me. So, I know what I want to do right now, which is I want to go talk to Isabel. Because that's what I said I was going to do. I want to find Isabel. I want to have words. I would like to have words. Because there appears to be a lot that she wasn't telling me. What's this shit? You enter the trawler to find your crew gathered together and waiting for you. Isabel has her head buried in her PDA. The rest of them stand watching her, trying to be patient. Oh, what's going on? Isabel paces up and back, trying to decide how to begin. I've been doing my homework on Josephine Sang and Sang Mechanical Services. You're pacing, so that tells me you found something. Oh yeah, I found something all right. Isabel lifts her PDA to her face and consults her notes. In 2011, Sang Mechanical Services was a D-level corp floundering in the shallow end of the Hong Kong corporate pool. That's when Josephine Shui married into the family. Josephine thought big. She conceived of a massive project that would catapult TMS into the big time, something she called the Prosperity Project. Prosperity? That's what Raymond was muttering about. Alright, so what's the Prosperity Project? Once upon a time in the 1900s, the walled city was a densely populated slum, something like 30,000 people crammed into 6.5 acres. Wait, I've heard this story before. It's a shithole, hell on earth, yada yada yada. That's today's walled city, the second walled city. The first walled city started life well over 100 years ago and lasted through both world wars and almost through to the Awakening. It was torn down in 1994 when the government had finally had enough. It had become such a haven for criminals that the cops would only enter in large, well-armed groups. Sounds familiar. In 2021, Josephine Sang proposed a vision for a new type of low-income housing project, the Prosperity Project, a self-contained, low-cost walking neighborhood for the poor, but on a grand scale. The Prosperity Project would give Hong Kong's poor and the flood of refugees pouring into the country a place they could call their own, something that felt more permanent than the sprawling tent city that spontaneously sprang up after the first walled city was demolished. The Prosperity Project would replace the tent city and would be symbolically built on the site of the old walled city. The slogan was, "A place of dignity where prosperity begins." The apartments weren't much bigger than the space you get in your average coffin motel. They were built around plazas and marketplaces that contained goods and services catering to the poor. The government forgot the lessons of the last walled city. They loved the idea of containing the refugees and the poor to only a few densely populated blocks, kept them out of the public eye. Securing the contract catapulted Sang Mechanical Services' fortunes ahead. It eventually put Josephine Sang onto the executive council. That doesn't line up. How did she get so powerful by building a slum? It's a very big slum. Apparently, that was also the beginning of a series of lucrative building contracts that propelled TMS into the big time. Alright, where's Raymond come into all this? Raymond Black doesn't come into it at all, but Edward Sang does. Edward Sang? That's your foster father's real name. Fuck! Oh, no. Let's see, Larry B, you started playing Torment. Oh man, Torment sounds so cool. I'd love to try that out one of these days. He looks like an elf, he kind of does, but yeah, he's still a dwarf. Raymond Black was actually Edward Sang, the only son of Josephine Sang and her late husband, Breakwater Sang. Edward was in charge of laying the groundwork for the walled city, excavation utilities, running in power lines, sewage, that kind of thing. So our secret foster mother is secretly trying to kill us? It looks that way, yeah. Rackner chuckles softly to himself. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Remember that massive gray water leak that flooded the basement back in 48? Back when we got back for that camping trip in the Salish, Raymond screamed bloody murder about that. Wu nods, smiling. I never seen him so angry. He sobers. But did Raymond know how to fix it? No. Raymond didn't know the first thing about sewer lines. He hired a small army of plumbers, probably paid him double what the job was worth to fix the thing, and it still took almost 2 months to get the leak under control. And Josephine put him in charge of the utilities? No wonder the walled city smells like that. I don't think Raymond had anything to do with the utilities in the walled city. So if this man was not in charge of the utilities for the project, what was he doing down there? I don't know, but Edward Sang disappeared from the public eye shortly after Prosperity was completed, around 2031. That's about the time he moved to Seattle, and around 7 years before he found us. But what happened to the walled city? And what would make Raymond go back in there after all these years? I don't know, but I intend to find out. Oh, jeez. And it gets more complicated. Hey, Sharpie, that shadow life is a hard life. It is. It is. We went to a nerd convention and ended up having to shoot our way out, like you do. How are you doing today, Sharpie? How's the weekend treating you? What should we name, dear? How about Breakwater? Honestly, that's a pretty badass name. I would not mess with a guy named Breakwater. But yeah, if anybody here is not following Sharpie, please do. He's a great retro streamer, working on beating all of the Sega console and handheld games. And my god, is he close. Dude has put in some amazing work and still has some impressive and fun stuff ahead of him. You're going to want to be there, click that link, give him a follow, check him out next time he's live. All right, I'm going to save after all that shenanigans. Oh my god, we have so many points. We're spending the shit out of those after this. But first, let us go talk to Isabel, because I really want to know what the hell that job was. Isabel half turns away from the octopus's main display. She looks up at you, blinking. The memory stick that you acquired from Rhombus has already been slotted into one of the computer's many expansion ports. The cherry red plastic that sheathes the stick looks slick and wet in the light. You did good back there. The run went well. Her eyes flit down to the memory stick. We got the stick, the key to my old memories. All I have to do now is slot it in. You haven't unlocked your old memories yet? No, not yet. I mean, I can. Be as simple as plugging myself in and tapping a key. My old memories are all mine if I want them. But you're not sure if you want them. She nods. That's about the shape of it. Feeling hesitant about this. It isn't easy, you know. Sifting organic memories into headwear storage, wiping the originals, and locking them away for safekeeping. That's corporate-level mind sculpting. Serious business. Well, locking the files away was important to you, I got that. Very important. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have let an amateur tinker with my brain in the corner of a derelict shopping mall. Whatever I've got up there, I was desperate to get rid of it. Makes a girl wonder why. Can I load Isabel with Daemon tools? I do think that every time I see the ISO. The perfect time to unlock heavily traumatic memories, presumably. Dreamcast is treating you well, stuck in a Railroad Tycoon 2, though. Oh god, that is, for pacing, that's gotta be pretty brutal. Good luck with it, though. I hope it goes well. Alright. Let's see. Tell me, Isabel, would it have been easier for you to have Rhombus just wipe the memories altogether? He blinks. Yes, much easier. Still not without risk, but you didn't do that. You had to move the memories into storage. Why? There's a long pause. Because I knew that one day I might need them. And that day is today. We need whatever information on the walled city, and whatever is locked up away there could help. Another long pause. Isabel stares at her feet, thinking. Finally, she looks back up at you. You're right. I know that. I knew it before I went to get the code. I just needed to talk it through with someone. Not Gobbet. Someone to take the situation seriously. I needed to talk it through with you. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Without another word, she pulls a cable from a pile on the floor and slots it into her data jack. The other end disappears into one of the octopus's many brains. Her fingers fly across the octopus's keyboard, rattling off a series of audible clicks. Finally, her thumb hovers over the execute key. Alright, Max. Wish me luck. The key depresses with an audible click. Isabel's eyes flutter and her cheeks flush with blood. Oh no. No, 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 no. She starts shaking her head from side to side, wringing her hands. A progress bar on the octopus's auxiliary monitor slowly climbs. Oh, fuck. You got this, Iz. Don't back down now. Thanks for the tip. I'm not backing down. It's almost done. The progress bar climbs up to 100. Isabel snatches the cable back out of her data jack and covers her eyes with her hands. She's shivering. She clutches her temple in the palms of her hands. Now I remember why I didn't want these anymore. You alright? No, I'm not alright. I'm the opposite of alright. She clutches at her skull like she's afraid it's going to crack open. There's a lot of bad stuff in here. Things that happen to friends of mine, to relatives. Things that I've watched happen. No. It's okay, Isabel. Breathe. They're just memories. They can't hurt you. Yes, they can. Her voice is ragged, raw. These memories are crystal clear. It's like all the shit happened yesterday. I can remember watching friends die, and I can see their screaming faces just as clearly as I did on the day it happened. It's like watching a trid show, but it's my life, and it's real. Isabel, focus. Is there anything that can help us? She screws her eyes shut in concentration. Beads of sweat hang heavy on her brow. I think so, yes. It'll take time for me to sift through all this. She opens her eyes again, looking up at you. I'll hold on to these memories for as long as I can. Hopefully long enough to reveal something useful. No promises beyond that, though. Thank you, Isabel. Don't thank me yet. I can still crack in half an hour and lock away the files. She gives you a weak half smile. I'm gonna try my best not to, though. One thing does jump out at me, though. Rhombus archives some software up here. She taps her temple with a fingernail. It's sitting on top of the memories, all wrapped up like a present. I don't know why he did it, but it looks like a combat package. Combat package, you say? She nods weakly. Some sort of basic attack modification. I have to study it to be sure, but I think that I can use it. Huh. Well, there's some good news. Yeah, it's all very exciting, but for now, just give me some space, okay? She turns away shivering. Like I said, it's gonna take some time for me to make sense of this stuff. Alright, I'll check back in with you later. She waves you away. Good. Go. Now. Whew. That's rough, but still. Hopefully we got some information we can use. Nobody in here knows more about the walled city than Isabel. So if anybody has something we can use, it might be her. Excuse me. Rooks, that seems like something I'd lock away. Does the ShadowNet have a channel for therapists? I will go looking. Although they probably don't have any legitimate degrees on there. Oh my god, the last level of Recore. Hit delete, Garth. Hit delete. Alright, I am going to go ahead and save. And then, ladies and gents, I think that is where we're going to wrap up for the day. But that's another mission down. Successfully completed Isabel's mission. And hopefully we're going to get some good information there. Kellerman, welcome in. We're just coming at the end, but I hope you're doing well. Glad to see you. So yeah, that time again, unfortunately. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, though. We're going to be picking this right up. So if you want to see more of this, I'd love to have you here with us. But I thank you all for hanging out today, and thank you for the well wishes about the affiliate anniversary. That was a surprise to me, but I will definitely take it. Very kind of you. That PTSD again? That traumatic memory again? Yes, unfortunately. So I appreciate having you all here, as always. It was great. I got a lot of laughs today. Thank you all for that. But we got one last thing to do before we wrap it up for today. And of course, as always, that is... Let's see who all else is live, so if you're not done watching Twitch, maybe I can send you somewhere cool. I would certainly like the opportunity to try. So, make sure to hit follow if you haven't already. That'll be the quickest way to find me. Tomorrow or at any point in the future if you'd like to come back. And while I am looking to see who all is online right now, we have a couple links in chat you are going to want to check out if you haven't seen them yet. We have a link to my YouTube, If you'd like to see any of the games that I've played in the past, including the other Shadowrun games, or if you just want to get caught up on this one, all the episodes are going up there, feel free to jump in. And we have a link to my Discord if you would like to chat with me or the rest of the community outside of the stream. Feel free to join us on that. And where do we want to go today? We got a couple options. Let's see if we can pop in somewhere we haven't been in a little while, because they are playing a game that is pretty much always a hoot. If you haven't seen it before, an absolute classic of the retro PC variety. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would love it if you join us as we go raid a fellow retro streamer, the Spider Cookie. She plays a lot of old PC games, including a lot of adventure games, but today she's playing Syndicate, or one of the Syndicate games, which is a classic top-down action game, sort of a squad-type game, real-time. It's very weird. If you've never seen it before, they really don't make games that style anymore, so it's pretty interesting. Why don't you join me over there, say hi to Spider Cookie, hang out for a little bit, throw her a follow if you like what she's doing, but hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. I will see you folks tomorrow for some more Shadowrun Hong Kong. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.